Ignition sequence has started. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. We have commit and we have liftoff at 2:13. The Saturn V building up to 7.6 million pounds of thrust, and it is clear that
Every day I wake up and wanna go back to bed. No matter how much I've slept, I wanna go back to bed. No matter what I'm doing, I know what I wanna be doing instead. I wanna go back to bed. I wanna go back to bed.
Did you know that in Hawaii, it's actually illegal to laugh loudly? You have to keep it to aloha.
I got a king-size bed. I don't know any kings, but if one came over, I guess he'd be comfortable. Oh, you're a king, you say? Well, you won't believe what I have in store for you. It's to your exact specifications. When I was a boy, I laid in my twin-size bed and wondered where my brother was.
Dear parents of human children, when you are out in public, learn to control your crotch goblins and semen demons so that they do not disturb the peace and ruin everyone else's day. Don't make us pay for your mistakes. That is all.
Are these your drugs?
Look, Dad, it's not
Where
right.
did you get it?
Dad,
Answer me. Who taught you how to do this stuff?
You, all right? I learned it by watching you.
Parents who use drugs have children who use drugs.
Stop hating Mondays. Be a professional and hate the whole week instead.
Bruh.
Get the F off my yard! Get the F off my yard!
Give me back that filet fish. Give me that fish. Give me back that filet fish. Give me that fish. What if it were you hanging up on this wall? If it were you in that sandwich, you wouldn't be laughing at all. So give me back that filet fish. Give me that fish. Oh.
That you're getting paid a good amount of money for it, and you can do laundry after, and it'll be like it never happened.
Yeah, sure.
And then you're gonna shop vac them out. You don't have to put this. You don't have to put this on. That's a big one. You can cut that if you want to cut that in half. You can cut that in half. I'll be a good guy.
It's gonna be mayonnaise.
Okay, then don't cut it in half. I was trying to make it easier.
All over my clothing.
Okay.
Hell no! It ain't gonna be inside my fucking shorts or inside my shirt. Hell fucking no! $3,000, $300,000, or fuck you!
No, the deal was already done, Perry. Sit down. Perry, don't make me call this movie producer. Was that a door delivery? Hold on.
Doors open this Friday, so come on down to the barbecuer. Oh, shit! No.
Do you feel that? Do you feel that? Oh, shit.
We're doing it!
Well, hey, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I am BF. We are live, and this is The Vibe. It is The Vibe, folks. It's Thursday. What's good in the stream show hood? How's everybody doing today? It is Thursday, December 12th. What is up? We're here. We're doing it. Let's get the whistle going. It's high noon right here on the East Coast of the United States, where I'm coming to you from. How's everybody doing today? I hope everybody that was over in the Levyverse, maybe somebody got some time to jump in. What's everybody up to today? What are you doing for the next 3 hours? So it's fun hanging out with Bob, listening to Bob. Still going on with all the drama with Joey C and all that stuff with the whole car thing and all the misunderstandings going on around that. But that's kind of the fun that we're having today, folks. So yes, it is Thursday. So we're almost there. We're almost at the end of another week, December 12th. We're, like I said, we're chugging towards Christmas, folks. I warn you all the time. What are you doing, folks, for the next 3 hours? I hope you want to hang out with me because we're going to have a lot of fun. I like to hold it down for you right here in the midday. And just like I promised, we're going to do a little Perry talk later on. And boy, it was a big one last night. Shout out to Bob Levy, because I'm always up very late doing show prep and listening or watching Perry. And last night, Bob, like he said, he didn't go out till 3, or I think it might have even been after 3 o'clock. And then Bob, I had like, no way Bob's going to be doing a 10 o'clock show today. Not only did Bob do his 10 o'clock show today, he also got up for his boy OJ and did OJ in the morning. So Bob has been killing it. I think there's something to this whole Bob being a vampire thing. I think there's something really true to that. Maybe I'll have to ask my friend backstage about that, what he thinks about the whole Bob thing. It's been a minute since he's joined us. I know a lot of you have been concerned. So he's my friend. He's your friend. Let's welcome him back to BF Live after a couple days away. It is the prop master, Scott Fitzpatrick.
Hoya.
Well, Hoya to you, buddy. How you doing, man?
You're doing okay. Sporting a new look, got a new hat on.
I like that. It's good. Got rocking the winter hat. Well, it is that time of year, buddy. Yeah, it was like hella cold here the last couple of days, windy, and then it turned into like a rainy situation. So yeah, the weather hasn't been that great around here, but getting it cold where you're at.
Yeah, I don't think I talked to you since the last time. I ain't really done many walking videos lately because our first snow, I walked all the way to Bobby's, which is about 1.5 miles in the ice and snow, and slipped and slided, but never fell down. Walked all the way back. Got 2 blocks away from my house and put my foot on steady concrete and rolled my ankle.
On steady concrete. And yeah, I've been worried about you before, like rolling an ankle or getting like tripping on a train track and you can't get off of it. So you do all that walking, all that extracurricular stuff. And that's how you usually go, Scott. And the most basic stuff, like, just kicks your ass.
Yep. So,
like go ahead.
So I just started learning a little bit of making shorts from our podcasting and stuff that we do here. So I got away from the walking videos for a minute.
Well, yeah, you got away from the walking videos, which is all good. But Matt, speaking of the walking video, let me see something, because probably I do get all kind of cool stuff from friends to present here on BF Live, the Vibe. So let's see, where is that at? Here it is. Okay, yeah, I got this one for you. Let me do what is that? It's called. Okay, let me share theirs for you. I was asked to share this with you when you show came back around again. So now that you're back,
right.
Here I got a video already waiting for you, buddy. From you'll recognize who it's from in a second. Let me see.
Yeah, it'd be Tyranny, won't it?
I didn't. Wow, you just let's see. Where's it at? What folder is it in? Son of a bitch! Trying to find stuff live on the air. That's really good, Bob. Let's see. It should be in the it's in the Tyranny folder. It's right here. It's boom. If you go to the Tyranny folder, you would find it.
Where am I, Terry? Where am I, Terry? I'm lost in the haze, wandering circles, caught in a maze. Was it the moment that can I lose time? I'm searching for answers. I sure there were. Terry.
There you go. That's the video I had. Is that Now tell me about that video a little bit, because that's obviously one of your walking videos. Did Terry enhance it, because he kind of forwarded that to me?
Yeah, he enhanced it. Actually, I was looking at recently, going back and looking at what he's done to all my videos, and he's made them a lot better. I think me and him need to go into splitting up these views or something, and go into partnership on this walking video. He makes them better.
Terry Nee is one of the people that are creative people that have a lot of fun with the content that we do, and they take it in other directions. We love it. And matter of fact, Scott, you missed a couple shows, and now Terry Nee is kind of doing a regular thing here called the Terry Nee Knowledge Break. And so I'll have a Terry Nee little knowledge break for you kind of later on. I don't know if you've been seeing any of those, but yeah, we're having fun. We're going to create a vibe here. This is the Vibe 204, buddy. So I'm glad to have you back. I'm glad that we're here with all of our friends today. Will you say we get into the chat family check-in? Because I know everybody's been missing you. They said that you kind of been MIA on other shows as well, right?
Yep, I've been exactly that, MIA. I don't really have any good stories to tell from lands far away or anything like that. It's just been a matter of a little bit of a depression, and I don't want to bring shows down. And it's just something I go through every year. December's always a rough month for me.
Yeah, we were talking about this kind of candidly backstage, and I totally understand, bro. And I told you, I said, I think a lot of people will relate to this because for whatever reason, when the seasons change, I get affected by the seasons change. We kind of talked about that candidly to where I get kind of really bummed out. So I'm glad that I have a place to come here with people because sometimes that's the only thing that helps is like just distracting myself from what season it is and the fact that it's cold, Scott, and the days are shorter and all. So I'm glad to be here to create a vibe with you, buddy. So what do you say we feel good together? Let's be independent together, buddy.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
I remember how to do this.
All right. Well, let's do this. I know everybody's going to want to say hello to you, welcome you back after a minute. So I'm going to put my glasses on so I can read a little better. I'm going to go to my brand, and I'm going to run the chat family check-in element, and we're going to do the BF Live, the Vibe 204 chat family check-in to see what everybody's up to. You ready to go, Scott?
Ready.
Let's
do it.
Let's go. We're doing it.
Talk amongst yourselves. Talk amongst yourselves. Talk amongst yourselves.
That's right. You're going to talk amongst yourselves. And you're going to talk with me. This is BF Live, the Vibe, Stream Show 204. Help me create a vibe, folks. For the next 3 hours, let's hang out. You are the vibe. Esther checks in and says, Happy Thursday, you heathens. Much love, Hoya and Gano. She's always usually one of the first to always check in. She says, buzz, buzz like the bee. Be sure to always hit that mother effing like button, suckers. Don't be a fish-eyed fool. And Aunt Esther always has to get fresh with me with the other message, which I love, and says, BF Live, the Vibe. Let's get our vibe on, baby. Oh, baby. Let's get it on. Sugar. Let's get it on. Let's get it on, Aunt Esther. Testicle Tiger checks in today. On a Thursday, Testicle Tiger. How you doing on this great Thursday? Yes, Testicle Tiger. I saw what you were saying in Bob Levy's chat. How you can't believe that after Bob being up for like till 3 o'clock in the morning our time, I guess that's like basically midnight your time, he turned it around, Scott, and he did OJ this morning, man.
Yeah, I seen the end of the show last night, and then I've seen the end of today's.
You saw the end of Perry Caravello last night?
Yep.
That was cool, man. Bro, talk about it. That was a feel good kind of show, Scott. It was a lot of fun, and man, the super tips were buzzing in last night. And I think they were recommending the super tips because they don't take as much off the top like YouTube does. But I can't wait to find out the total. We might find out like Monday. Tom is speculating when they can add it up, and maybe we'll find out the total that's given to Toys for Tot. But it's always fun watching Bob and Perry. But there was an extra edge to it, and it was so funny, Scott, because the first couple chats that came in for 100 or 200, Perry got real excited, and they had to tell everybody, "No, Perry, these aren't for you, bro." Like, remember, there was a couple $100, a couple $200 ones, and he had to calm down a little bit.
Right.
On Esther checks in and says, Testicle Tiger, Hoya, Space, Chief, 75, and says, good morning, BF, and the chat. Good morning to our friend, Space Chief, 75. How about this? I'll do this as a matter of fact, because, let me say, there's Terry Nee. Let's do that. Where'd that go? Is that it? Where'd that go? Fuck, I lost that one. I lost the clip. I was going to play that real quick. How did I lose that? All right, let's continue. No, that's it right here. I got it right here. Scott, I think Terry, I got a better copy of that Space Chief 75. You know what, bro? It's been a couple days since you've been here, and I only know beside me, you love this song just as much as I do. So let's play it and let's do it. We'll set the vibe and we'll get you back on the bike real quick. Space Chief 75 from Terry Nee. Come on, let's go. It's a mood. It's a vibe. It's Space Chief 75. You can commission him on Twitter X for some individual specialized artwork. Back into the groove, Scott. A little louder. He's always been working on commissions, folks, so you got to get in line if you want one, but I guarantee you, it's worth it. Uh-oh, got back into it again. Think the song's helping him. Got a shark? He's playing a shark. He's playing a mud shark. We're going to do the BF Live other news or not so serious news. We'll do the miserable news history. We're going to be around for the next 3 hours, folks. Put us in your ear. There you go. Another Terry Nee join. You'll be seeing some more stuff produced by the man Terry Nee, friend of the show. JFK
like
Head Chunk. Go, buddy.
It's like peanut butter on the brain.
Yeah, you like to stick it. You love it, huh? You love it. Yeah. JFK Head Chunk checks in today. How you doing, JFK Head Chunk? It says, my dad had shitty weed. I learned nothing from watching him. How you doing, JFK Head Chunk? Yeah, we had to kind of figure out the weed thing ourselves. Testicle Tiger checks in and says, Perry hates that McDonald's fish so much, LOL. How you like that? I kind of put that in there. It's from like a lift-off reel from, when they had him do with the fish challenge. And Tom was actually trying to help him in that little clip right there in the lift-off reel. He was telling him, hey, Perry, you can cut it up and put it in your pocket or cut it up if it's too much. He's like, no, it's going to make a fucking mess. Look at that carpet. Yes, JFK Head Chunk. And that's why I was so surprised that the lovely Gina Levy, when she checked in, she said that the place didn't really have a smell to it, Scott. I was surprised about that.
No. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised about that myself.
Most bachelor pads or something's going to have some kind of smell, right?
Yeah, like feet or something.
Right, like she even said that, like it didn't smell like feet or anything. I'm like, I can't believe that with all that almond milk and everything that's been ground into that carpet, that there was no smell at all. JFK Head Chunk gets the Hoya from Aunt Esther. He walks barefoot on it too, I know. Perry, it's so fucking gross. Clean your carpet, bro.
Shut the fuck up.
Well, let him replace it, man. You've been there for like fucking your decades. Let's see. Scott Fitzpatrick says, on Esther, Testicle Tiger, Space Chief 75, JFK, and the rest. Hoya and hello. Tits McGee, defender of multiple birthdays, says, Hoya to the chat family. Hoya to my mister. Hands on the wheel. JFK Head Chunk checks in and says, hey to Auntie. Tits McGee, defender of multiple birthdays, says, Scott Hoya pops.
Hoya.
On Esther checks in and says hello to you, Scott.
And Esther, Auntie.
Oh my, you didn't see it the other day. I don't know what that link is. The other day, Scott, I don't know if you've known this, but I've been complaining about my bot not working for the better part of 10 days, 2 weeks or something. Right. And I had the Stream Elements bot. Well, finally on Monday, I got the Night bot working, right? And then I ended up having a bot war in my chat on Monday. It was epic, bro. It was epic.
Bobby Nick told me a little bit about it.
It was funny, man. I never seen nothing like it. Well, Nightbot was coming down on Stream Elements going, one more time, Stream Elements, one more time. It was funny. It was funny as shit. Look who's touting you out. Testicle Tiger shouts you out.
Testicle.
Scott! How you doing, Testicle Tiger?
Beloved cheddar.
Yes. McGee getting the love from Scott Fitzpatrick. F. Joey C says, Testicle Tiger. Whoa, look behind me. Yeah, they were talking about, Scott, what do you know about the whole Joey C thing? You see how that thing's blown up? Like about Bob was going to like do a show and try to get him a car and everything?
I just know a little bit about it. The last 4 days, I haven't really, I fell out of the loop on most everything.
Well, it's not lost on you that Joey C has been having transportation issues for the better part of the last couple of months, right? Trying to get to all the shows and things like this. Right. So it's been kind of a thread. It's been kind of something that's been out there. So at one point, like Bob tends to do, when he sees a need, he offered to do a benefit show. He said, we'll do something and we'll get Joey C a used car, like nothing special, but maybe like, just a nice a used car or whatever, give him a couple grand or whatever the case may be. And so it turned into this whole thing after Joey went on some shows using some racial language. And so Bob tried to give him a chance to back out of it. So you know what I'm talking about now?
The Big Black.
Yeah, exactly. All that stuff. And so Scott, Bob tried to give him an opportunity to kind of backpedal it or at least just shut the fuck up until the show goes on. But apparently, he's like doubled and tripled down on it and everything. And now it's turned into this whole misunderstanding where they think that Bob was never really going to give Joey C the money at all, that this was a bit. I don't believe that, knowing what I know about Bob.
Well, yeah, and what I know about Joey C, and I was on the last show I did. Joey C come around and I think we sniped him once, and it was real. It was what I seen was real. It wasn't a bit.
Yeah, right, and it's kind of weird. It's unfortunate because Bob tries to help everybody out and bring us all along. And I was mentioning yesterday how he was the first one that said he would like raise some money for Gino Bisconti when he got punched in the face. Bob doesn't do this thing and he never did this thing to Joey C with the intention of jerking it away from him. But that seems like that's the story out there. So I don't know. Spacey 75 shouts you out, buddy. It's been a minute.
Scott! Chief.
There you go. JFK Head Chunk as well.
Chunk.
Bob's a great guy, says Space Chief 75. Testicle Tiger checks in and says VIBES. That's vibes. That's what we here to create in the midday. BF Live's a little different. I like to take all the stuff I like about radio, podcasting, segments, and fun and friends and mix it together and create a vibe. And you guys help me create a vibe. All the bots are running out there for everybody. Testicle Tiger said the demons and the vampires were very generous last night. You're not lying, Testicle Tiger. And you see, Bob got like a $200 donation today for somebody that missed the show last night for Toys for Tots. So I am going to feel a little extra better about myself this year, like Tom said, on Christmas morning, when I know that people are opening presents up. And if there's one kid out there that maybe got a present that they maybe weren't expecting, that'll warm my heart. Testicle Tiger says, I say his screen name like that now. Let's see. Oh, you said right. You got to say Space Chief 75. We all do that. There you go. You're getting a thanks from Space Chief 75 right there. Terry is a top tier bird, says Space Chief 75. He's like a lesbian seagull. Let's see. Testicle Tiger says, I got a record from his apartment and I was surprised. It just smelled like an old dusty record. Yeah, you got that autograph one you kind of showed me, right? Let's see. Pecan says, Goonie Goo Goo, you begonias. And I say, Goonie Goo Goo to my friend Pecan checking in. A hearty Goonie Goo Goo to you, Pecan checking in on this Thursday. Pecan's getting the love from Aunt Esther. Testicle Tiger says, the great BF Bot Wars of 2024. It was epic, bro. Because I had him
Bobby Nick told me that, I thought it was just chatters with the name that they changed their name to the elements or whatever. I didn't know it was actual robots.
Because I couldn't get the one work and I didn't unmod Stream Elements. So then they started fighting each other, and then it was Stream Elements was putting them out there so frequently, Nightbot was getting pissed off and attacking Stream Elements. It was awesome. It was the craziest thing I ever seen.
Who won?
I look like Nightbot won because if you notice in the chat, Scott, when you notice Nightbot go by, Nightbot has a wrench, but Stream Elements is still putting up messages but does not have a wrench. So it looks like Nightbot took the wrench.
Yep.
But as long as the information gets out there, yep.
We know who the alpha is.
The alpha is Nightbot, apparently. Nightbot won that, made Stream Elements its bitch. Testicle Tiger says, that's just how Joey is spinning it because he can't take responsibility for his own actions and he has done nothing but make it worse. Yeah, it's almost like Sal used to, Scott, when he would tell Sal, just shut up, man, because you're digging the hole deeper. I don't think Joey realizes he's actually digging the hole deeper by trying to defend the things that he said.
Yeah, I don't know what got all that started, or it might be too big a story to get. Well, it's just nothing more than, people calling him out for what he said to Big Black and all. And then when he was questioned on or told that it might not be the best thing to be doing or saying, he just got real defensive rather than kind of be open up to what kind of people are saying. Like Bob was saying, like he can get past it. He's not going to judge Joey for it. But a lot of people, if you're asking them to give money, will. Oh, yeah.
Space Nerd says, no one should hold streams to raise money for Joey C. Raise money to help me pay rent, He isn't worthy. See, there you go. Space Nerd checks in and says, good morning. And it's been a minute, so me and Scott say to you, nerd. Hey, what's up, nerd? Space Nerd getting the love from Aunt Esther. Spurs Nerd from Testicle Tiger. Just a Guess is checking in, having fun with the blocky friend. emojis, and you can too if you're a member here on BF Live. Hoya on Esther from Space Nerd. Terstical Tiger getting the love from Nerd. Just a Guest giving the Hoya from on Esther. Space Chief 75 says, good morning, Space Nerd. Scotty, you got the love right back from the Nerd right there.
All right, Nerd.
Happy birthday, Bobby Nick and Terry Nee. I was hoping Bobby Nick would be here today, Scott, because maybe you saw in our messenger thing that Bobby Nick had the rare public outing yesterday.
Yeah, those don't happen often.
Yes, for those of you who are really only Bobby Nick from life, seeing him on screen in this box, it's so funny when you're friends with him in a group or on Facebook, and you actually see Bobby Nick out in the wild. It's always something, ain't it, Bob? I mean, Scott.
You got a better chance of seeing a Sasquatch than you do.
No shit. No shit. A Sasquatch or a Saxquatch maybe.
Yeah.
Or a Saxquatch maybe.
Right.
Right.
Sasquatch.
Have you? Yeah, you've been around for the Sasquatch shit, right?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, I'm going to say.
Let's go.
You had to bring him up, didn't you?
Get tickets now for only $20.
Said his name 3 times.
Let's have a good time.
Good times. Space Nerd says back at you, Space G75. Testicle Tiger says Nightbot demodded the stream elements. Yes, it made it its bitch. You're absolutely right. Space Nerd says Hoya the Tits McGee defender of multiple birthdays. Brutal Pain, my brother, checks in from the Perry Caravello Live universe. Bones up to my friend Brutal Pain 518, buddy. You know how it's going to go. After we get through this chat family check-in, I'm going to make my way over to my news desk. I got a few news stories I'm going to give you. I'm going to give you the miserable news history. That's Bob Levy reading the news from the Miserable Men days on Sirius Satellite Radio, and a lot more fun. BP getting love from Testicle Tiger. Testicle Tiger gives it right back. Space Chief 75 says Nightbot rules. That's right. Let's see. Brutal Pain, I'm still giggling on my shot depending on if I saw you or not. Bobby Cotto says Space Chief 75. On Esther says Brutal Pain. Hey, Nerd and Esther from Brutal Pain. The Squatch Notch is just a guess. Don't give me any ideas, Scott.
California, Texas.
Space Nerd is throwing up the love. Nashville, Funky, we're up all night to get lucky. Skull checks in and says Bones way up. Way the fuck up to the demons and the vampires, man. Was it not fun last night in the chat, Skull? And we got to help a special cause, Toys for Tots, so it's going to be awesome. Testicle Tiger says, I'm an inspiration for drinking for all. Testicle Squatch, Pecun's digging the Squatch. Tits McGee, defender of multiple birthdays, says Space Nerd, on Esther, and all the other ladies, and those who just enjoy looking at half-naked men. Just for the ladies, please. Now keep your pants on over there. And Space Nerd checks in. Says Legend, Brutal Pain 518. On Esther, shouts out our friend Skull as we come up to the end of the opening BF Live. The Vibe Chat Family Check-In, folks. There it is. You set the vibe. Let's keep the vibe going for the next few hours, folks. That was Saxquatch. That was the opening BF Live Chat Family Check-In.
Talk amongst yourselves. Talk amongst yourselves. Talk amongst yourselves.
That's right. Keep talking amongst yourselves. Keep talking with me. We're going to get into a little Perry talk later on because we got to cover part of that. We got to cover what happened with the Toys for Tots thing last night. I even got my super tip read, so I'll have a copy of that I can play for you, buddy. And a lot more fun talking about all the Perry stuff that went down last night. So you said you saw the end of the show, huh?
Right. Probably the last 45 minutes or so.
Yeah.
Seen Mandy Diff super chatting and or whatever you call it. I seen yours.
Oh, you did see mine. That was cool, man. Yeah, it's funny because you're not always sure if you're going to see him in time, or like sometimes I nod off or I walk in and out of the room, Scott. So I was happy to make sure that I saw it. So I have a copy of that. We'll get into that Perry talk for sure. We'll catch up. Let's see. This Sasquatch during opening chat family should be a requirement. You liking it? I was vibing. I'm liking it. I was like a little background vibe. We're setting the mood. You know what it's all about here, Space Nerd. It's about the vibe. That's what we do. We create positive vibes here. Hey, I'm going to remind you that now that my bots are working, Nightbot is letting you know that that's my link tree right there. If you want access to my merch store, and all of my social medias, if you click on that when it goes by, you can find all the BF Bobby Fran stuff right there using my link tree. Nerd is getting the love from Cyke Clyde checking in from the Twisted Mind. That's right, Testicle Tiger. Thank you. That's you've kind of I kind of lost my point when I was setting up Perry Talk, because I wanted to assure you. Testicle Tiger says I'm here for that VTL video you promised on that's right on and I will keep my promise. I have that video. It's so pathetic. So Testicle Tiger, I was lucky enough to attend the Pottstown show that Perry Caravello came to and did his stand-up and all. It was a great, fun time. I met a lot of PCL family in person from the first and only time right there. So it was a lot of fun. And yes, I have a video of Vince backstage because he was trying to glom onto the heat that was going on that show at the time and looking at his arm and flexing it and all. It's hilarious. We'll try to get in that during Perry Talk. But before we get to Perry Talk, we're all caught up with the chat. But look, see, Sky? Right there, Stream Elements doesn't have a wrench next to it, but it's still running the link. So Nightbot made it its bitch, for sure. Ain't that funny? So let's see. But it is letting you know at least that one's running. That's for our friend CYKE, Cyke Labs, who, if you stay tuned, you will see a Cyke Labs segment. And I got some new jams from our boy Cyke Labs. But before we get to any and all of that, Testicle Tiger says he's always a dork, but bringing Gina into the all the Easter stuff pissed me off. Yeah, he is. Right, it's just anything to get that little excitement or that little heat out of you because nobody's paying attention to him when he acts so-called normal. Well, I digest. We'll get on to that, but we got more fun stuff to get on. But before we get on to any of that fun stuff, I'm going to go over to my news desk, and I'm going to do some other stories, some BF Live other news, or the BF Live not so serious news. Let's do some of that. Let's go, folks. This is what we do here on BF Live. Little fun news, fun segments, and talk and company vibes created today, daily. Here, let's go do it. Let me go to my first story in the BF Live other news or not so serious news. Scott, I know you're a bit stronger of a sports fan than my friend Bobby Nick. I was trying to talk about like the Juan Soto deal from him going from the Yankees to the Mets. And, you know, Bobby Nick, it just doesn't register at all. But you at least know. You know who Bill Belichick is, right? The former,
definitely,
right? The champion coach.
Patriot coach, yep.
That's right. Well, he's got a new job, buddy. Did you hear this? It just kind of got announced last night.
No, I didn't hear it.
Well, here, you'll be up on this when you can talk to Andrew next time. Bill Belichick announced that he's North Carolina's next football coach. He's going to college, brother.
Huh. You know, I think he'll do well.
He might do because he seems like he really is he loves teaching, and this might be a great matchup. Yeah. Surprisingly, the 6-time Super Bowl winner drew little interest from the NFL teams for head coaching jobs. And Scott, my theory on that is, buddy, is that all you ever heard is that when Bill Belichick comes in, he wants general manager control. So
yeah, total control.
Yes, he wants total control, and it changes the structure of the team. So if people want to consider hiring Bill Belichick, they have to consider making like multiple changes, including firing their general managers and many of their staff. So I think that's a big deterrent for a lot of teams. But this says Bill Belichick is a head coach again. North Carolina announced on Wednesday that it has hired Belichick as its new head football coach, confirming earlier reports. Per UNC, the two sides have agreed to a 5-year deal. Here's the quote from the statement from UNC. It says, this is an exciting day for Carolina football, and our university UNC Chancellor Lee H. Roberts said via statement. Carolina is committed to excellence and to creating an opportunity to succeed in everything we do, from the classroom to the field of competition. I know after speaking with Coach Belichick that he shares that commitment. His legacy speaks for itself, and we look forward to working together on the next chapter of Carolina football. And he's also had some other executives joining. So Bill Belichick, rather than taking an NFL job, he's been out there for a while. He's going into the college ranks. It's a little sports story to start you off with our first BF Live, the news or not so serious news. Yes?
I think Brady did a little better without him than he did without Brady, though, didn't he?
I think that's what history is going to prove, Scott. And it also says that Bill Belichick is 18 games shy of being the most winningest coach of all time in the NFL over former coach Don Shula, formerly of the Colts and the Miami Dolphins, who had an undefeated season. But so if he doesn't come back, that he will not get that record. He won't be close. He won't get it. But yeah, he's on to college now. It's Bobby Cronkite time with the Buffalo emoji, says my friend Pecan. Goonie goo goo, my friend. Space Nerd chats out Testicle Tiger and says, what? Oh my God, what are we talking about? Yes, he was talking some shit. Space Chief 75 is getting the love from Cyke Labs. Testicle Tiger says, I'll save it for when BF shows the video, but he's on my fuck you list now too. Yeah, let's do this. Thanks, Testicle Tiger. Bill's girlfriend is a junior there. They can commute together. Well, I have done stories, Scott. You might have been here for a couple of them. He's got that 23-year-old girlfriend.
Yeah, I forgot about that, man.
Yeah. He just like around Christmas, he was doing, or wasn't that Christmas? Halloween, I guess it was. They were doing it for the gram, and he was dressed up like a pirate and stuff like that. So what men will do for that ass. I think that sounds like a cool idea, says Darren. Belichick is trying to look for an even younger girlfriend, says Pete Cunt. There you go. He's got a theory. He's like, hey, man, she's going to get old in a year or two. I got to get these college women. Testicle Tiger says, all these dabble people really reinforcing why I don't follow the Dabbleverse Space Nerd for reals. There you go. And that's why we try to create positive or a different kind of vibe here, because you can get that stuff from a lot of people, a lot of places. Space Nerd says, LOL to JFK Headchunk and P Cunt. Space Nerd says, it's gotten a bit grody, Testicle Tiger. I love the chat, so I watch. What's up, nerd from Pecan? Brutal Pain says, easy to do when you're cheating, LOL. Ooh, winning the football games, he's better. All right. And Testicle Tiger says, I love the chats that I'm in, LOL. All right, well, I'm glad you do, and I'm glad that this is one of them. As we continue on with another story in the BF Live, other news or not so serious news. Scott, I don't know about you, buddy. When I used to was a kid, we would play ball in the streets a lot of times. We play a form of ball. We'd play around, but it seemed like a ball or a frisbee or something would always end up in the sewer, buddy. Had you ever had that happen to you where you had the need to like pull up a sewer grate or something like that?
No, not that, no.
Maybe that's more of a city thing because I live here in Baltimore, came up in the city. But yeah, that was always kind of a thing, buddy. And every now and then we would have a ball or something go down in the drain. Well, here's something really serious that went down in a drain. Engagement photo shoot interrupted by a ring falling into the sewer. So here, once again, they're doing for the gram, they're doing a photo shoot, and the ring ends up in the sewer. Firefighters in Cleveland came to the rescue of a couple after an engagement photo disaster ended with a diamond ring inside a sewer drain. Nikki Mack and Corey Barabitsky were having their engagement photos taken by Emily Ruth at the Cultural Gardens in University Circle when the mishap occurred. Rush pointed out that Barabitsky had something on the back of his pants, and Mack attempted to lend a helping hand. The bride says, so I went to wipe it off, and when I wiped it off, my ring flew off, and we just heard a ting, Mack told WEWS-TV. The sound turned out to be Mack's ring falling into a nearby sewer drain. So they said that they had to call the fire department. So I'll just show you the video and I'll show you the report real quick because that's why I never take jewelry off or anything out in public because this very thing can happen right here.
Firefighters are used to being called out to some unusual and some bizarre calls. Good evening, I'm Jeff Left Coolidge. But
whenever it happens, it seems like it's in slow motion
were
too.
called to help a couple
like,
with an unusual problem.
That didn't just happen.
Not only the day, but even their marriage.
It was a beautiful autumn day for Nikki Mack and Corey Barabitsky. The couple were all smiles as they posed for pictures at the Cultural Gardens in University Circle.
We were taking our engagement photos, which had been rescheduled a couple of times because of Cleveland being Cleveland.
But the Cleveland curse was present that day as the photographer
Oh,
noticed
no, he
something
might have dodged
out of
the bullet
place.
there.
Corey had something back his
You know,
pants, so I
that's
went to
funny you
wipe
say
it
that,
off.
Scott, because I'm thinking, is this like a fate or a destiny thing? Like,
And when I wiped it off, my ring flew
Yes.
off and we just heard a ta-ting.
The ring had rolled into a nearby sewer drain. Nikki kept cool because they could see the ring in the drain. But Corey's reaction was a little different.
Yeah, I would say my heart dropped.
But it wasn't thousands of dollars in gold and
Hello,
diamonds that Corey
Frisco.
saw just go down the drain.
I thought it was dreadful,
It was something
Scott.
even more
I picked up on that
valuable.
last
But,
night too
for
when
us,
I
we have
pulled
a
this
lot of
report.
sentimental value in the ring. A lot of different aspects
Like, you
of
wouldn't
my
wanna piss
family
off
and
this
her
guy. He'll
family
scratch your
are
eyes out.
kind of forged in that.
The diamond baguettes on the sides came from both Nikki and Corey's grandmother's rings.
So as part of that, I wanted to kind of symbolize
If she wasn't
us
gonna wear
merging
it,
our
I was gonna
families
wear it,
together
Scott.
in the ring itself.
And like many cats stuck in a tree, the couple called for help.
Yeah, he's not supposed to be
Cleveland
getting
Fire
married. That's what
Department
he's
came out to rescue the ring from the sewer.
Exactly.
I mean,
the
they
the ring
swung
was like,
action
no,
and were
dude.
just
Even I
extremely
know you're
helpful
gay. Like,
in
no.
the whole
The ring was like,
situation.
fuck this.
Yeah.
I think that helped.
definitely gave us the
Great
assurance
point,
that
Scott.
we're going to get this thing out. Don't worry about it. We've got this.
So you guys are thanking them beyond belief.
Their wedding photographer, Emily Ruth, kept snapping away and captured the moments of the day.
She did just a phenomenal job in staying calm, making sure she can get good photos of the firefighters, and then great photos of us after, too.
And the ring came out of the Cleveland sewer sparkling like new. The couple thanked the firefighters for the help in reuniting them.
I was totally
with their
thinking
ring.
about the whole
We're hoping to
Destiny
send them
thing,
something
Scott.
in the
More
mail
about
real soon,
maybe it was
too.
like fate trying to tell him, like, don't do this,
Maybe
bro.
even an invitation.
And they told me they still have to get the ring resized so that it doesn't slip off again. They plan
Like,
to do
nah,
that
bro. It'll
very
fit
soon.
good in like a year after you get
In
married.
Cleveland, I'm News 5's Jeff LaFleur.
There you go. That's the report about the.
Yep.
Love
One of them
going down.
grandmas was there, and they slapped that ring away. When
You're fucking right. It was the spirit of grandma making that ring. Like, no, don't do that. Can't do that with my ring. That's a funny shit. There you go. That's a kind of a funny story. LJ Lowe checks in and says, good evening, as he always does. How you doing, LJ Lowe? We're just getting the ball rolling with the BF Live other news or not so serious news. We haven't even gotten to our miserable news history moment or any of the other fun we're going to have today. Testicle Tiger, what? Say it isn't so. LJ and TT from Cyke Clyde checking in. Cyke, my dude, getting the love from LJ Lowe. A Testicle Tiger shouts out Cyke Clyde. Space Nerd says, watch out for the firefighter guy. Your woman is looking. The best part of waking up is LJ Lowe in my chat, says Space Nerd. Chuck JFK Headchunk says the whole city is a sewer. How did they find it? A good poop. Mike, shitty internet provider, checks in. MSIP. What's good, MSIP? How you doing, man? What is good? Where did that thing go? Oh, there it is. Here we go. Come on. Hey, Sam. Testicle Tiger, no lie, I thought your name meant that you were trans at one point. No disrespect. It's funny, the mental picture that we come up with off of some of these screen names, right, Scott? We're all guilty of that, I think.
Yeah, I just assumed. I don't know why. I just assumed it was a male. A man.
Yep. Let's say
think I'm wrong.
Testicle Tiger, because we always talk about a lot. Most of these shows are sausage parties anyway, so a lot of times we just assume that whoever we're talking with is a guy for that reason, and then if they have like a male-focused name, masculine name, if you will, musculature. LJ Lou says, Space Nerd, I can fit in the chat, not a cup, so Glenn, wait a minute. Always make my day to see. There you go. Weirdo, Mike Shitty and Provider, good morning. Brutal Pain says, Pennywise got that shit in the chat. Yeah. You boat, let me find your boat. Your boat. Find your boat. Space Nerd, how you feeling today? Yes, Space Nerd, we need the health update. Scott, our girl Space Nerd has still been sick. Even in the time you're gone, she still hasn't gotten better, brother.
Oh, really?
Yep, so we're gonna wish that way. He's a hey twin for sure. There you go. See, I know there's something going on there. I think Scott's on to something. That's like Grandma's ghost was there slapping that ring in the sewer. MSIP says, good morning to Space Nerd. Testicle Tiger says, haha, no, Perry had a picture of a tiger with testicles between its eyes. And Bob named it Testicle Tiger. Yes, it was funny. Changed my name instantly. That was a great time.
Every time I see a picture of a tiger now, because you see them every, somebody might have one on the shirt or.
Yep.
My first thought is Testicle Tiger, and I start looking for the testicles and the.
Yeah. Because that, like, tiger is like one of its favorite, like the crushed velvet prints or whatever. When you get those, like, blankets or something like that, it's always like the same kind of stereotypical tiger. So, yeah, it always reminds you of that. I'm still cruddy, MSIP. Oh, still not feeling good. All right, let's get these. Both him and his wife have a beard. Oh, says LJ Lowe. How dirty was that ring to come out of the sewer cleaner than before? Good point. He's a luscious ball of yum-yums. He wants her brother. See?
Hello, Frisco.
A family that checks out firefighters together stays together, says Cyke Labs. All right, let's get to some of these messages. And I got more stories for you and more fun we got to get on too. So there's the bots. They're all getting along. The testicles, probably. Let's see. I was called a dude by Jack and Granny last night, says Tits McGee, defender of multiple birthdays. I think the drugs and the chemicals must cause a cleaning reaction. All right, let's see. Perry's gas last night was legendary, says LJ Lowe. All right, well, let's go. Let's continue on. I got some more stories. We're kind of down at the bottom of the chat. I got more stories in the BF Live other news or not so serious news. So, Scott, I know. Oh, wait a minute. Let me give you a single shot on that. See? You wonder why we call him the prop master, folks. He didn't know there was going to be all this tiger talk today, but Scott always has the prop at the ready. He's got his own testicle tiger version right there. There you go. Prop Master is back on BF Live, living up to the name, and we're continuing to have fun right here on the BF Live other news, or not so serious news. Scott, I know you're a friend, best friend Bobby. We try not to hold it against him, but he's a big Kansas City Chiefs fan, right?
Yeah, it's terrible. Terrible.
It's a terrible thing. It's a terrible. That's terrible, Kenny. That's terrible. I had to watch them, but the Chargers, they kind of ran out the clock and kicked the field goal and won last week. But at any rate, when we think Chiefs nowadays, what do we think? We think of Travis Kelce, and we think the whole Taylor Swift angle, right? It's the whole package deal, right?
Yep, that and them getting robbed.
And I heard that in other news, I heard Joe Burrow got robbed the other night during Monday Night Football. Homeboy is like, hey, guess what? He ain't home because the motherfucker's right there on TV. I can see him right there. And that's what they're doing, Scott. We did that story about how they say it might be organized crime that's even kind of putting these hits together because they know when these players aren't there. But as far as, let me see.
They can't get away with that forever, though. Jeez.
No, I mean, they're going to make it at some point. It's like it sounds like it's turning into these European countries where the footballers are, they might have to like protect their houses. Like every time they're on the road and do a game and they're on TV, you got to have like armed guards outside your house or something. That sounds like what it might turn into, Scott.
Yep.
But, we think Travis Kelce and we think the whole Taylor Swift thing. We got that all ground in our face. But, you couldn't help it, man, because she was out there like killing it with that Eras tour of hers. Well, that Eras tour is finally coming to an end, buddy. And they got some numbers about that Eras tour and some information about it. And you know what? For more on that, I'm going to go over to the Bikini Report for more on the final numbers on the Taylor Swift Eras tour. Take it away, Bikini Report. Little entertainment report about Taylor Swift.
If you were planning to catch Taylor Swift on her Eras tour but haven't yet, you're officially too late. After an astonishing 21 months, Taylor performed the final show of the tour in Vancouver this Sunday, number 149. And if that number impressed you, try these ones. Nearly 10.2 million people attended the concerts, and gross ticket sales topped $2 billion. Not only is that number double what any other concert has earned, it doesn't include the secondary ticket market or merch.
Wow.
As for how Tay-Tay herself made out on the tour, I'll just say this. Earlier this year, Forbes declared her the richest female musician, surpassing Rihanna with an estimated net worth of $1.6 billion. So do you think the Eras tour will ever be surpassed in terms of attendance and gross ticket sales? And if so, do you think there's anyone around today who could do it? Comment below and follow the Bikini Report for more daily headlines.
Thank you, Bikini Report. Wow, Scott. Just $2 billion just off ticket sales, not including the secondary market or merchandising, man. That girl is killing it.
Billion
with a B, buddy. With the fucking B, buddy. Billion, yes. So she's finally done raking in that money. Testicle Tiger says, fake tits talking about Taylor Swift. This is more boring than the periweeds. Oh, wait, man, they look like natural little mouthfuls right there. I can't hate on those. They didn't look all extra fake. What do you think, Scott? Did you have opinion on those titties?
No, it's decent. They're serviceable.
From the last story, talking about the guys getting robbed, they say, Justice says, get a dog. LJ Lowe says they have to build secret tunnels from the stadium to the hotel, like that It's Always Sunny episode, says LJ Lowe. Fake tit. Oh, we got that one, the fake tits one. Who are these 10 million people that give a shit, says Brutal Pain. It's amazing. $2 billion. The last boom. They're talking about booms in the chat. No matter what you think, she's an extraordinary talent. I mean, the girl is prolific entertainer, songwriter, and and I just gave you the numbers for it right there. I mean, can't
I wonder, because some bands will put more money into the show than others. I wonder where she ranks on that. If like she's that.
I don't know, but I'm kind of supporting what Space Nerd says. I passed a story the other day, Scott, where they says that she gave out extra bonuses to everybody, like down to the caterers or everything when the tour ended. That she apparently gave out mad bonuses, or her company did.
She's got a lot of them rich kids that follows her around and to every show.
Yeah, I think
rich
seems like it seems like there's plenty of money to be had. Tiger, did you see my super tip on Perry's? I fell asleep. Can't remember yours, but I'm going to feature mine, and we're going to have some other fun. I'm going to show you Vince insecurely looking at his arm backstage in Pottstown. I remember you talking about magazines last night, nerd. What about Metallica? They did that too. Testicle Tiger says, I was actually looking at the girl I was reading the chat. I wasn't actually reading the chat. Okay. She has given millions to charity, says our friend Space Nerd. All right, well, there you go. So there's a little Taylor Swift killing it, bringing in the billions of dollars, but not really a surprise to anybody based on the fact that she's in the news all the time. I have an interesting story here, Scott, with there's a story about this young kid with gasoline and oil kind of being the world changing, trying to move away from gasoline electric, allegedly. A Metro Atlanta inventor, he has a different idea, Scott. I think I've talked about here on BF Live before about Willie Nelson had like one of his tour buses would run on canola oil, like, or biodiesel, something like that.
I didn't know about it, but yeah.
Yeah, I talked about that a while ago. But yeah, on this one, this kid has a different way. This kid has made his own gas, Scott. Check this shit out, man. This young inventor, he's a young kid, a Metro Atlanta inventor, aims to turn waste into fuel called Plastolene. He makes gasoline fuel out of plastic, Scott, about leftover plastics. It says, a young inventor from Metro Atlanta is gaining attention for his innovative solution to turn waste into fuel. Julian Brown, 21, has gone viral on Instagram for his invention, Plastolene, which converts old plastics into usable fuels such as gasoline, diesel, and jet fuel. Look at this. He said, the little thing says, I made my own gas station. That's on Instagram. Brown's passion for this project began in his teenage years, and he has been refining his idea ever since. Now, he hopes to take Plastolene to the next level by raising $1 million through a GoFundMe campaign to secure a warehouse and build an industrial-sized prototype of his invention. Despite the widespread interest, Brown faces a significant fundraising challenge. To date, he has only raised $7,000 of his $1 million goal. So let me see. I have some video of this. I don't know if this clicked over.
So I've created my own gas station.
Can you hear that?
That makes fuel from plastic waste. Let's go.
So it looks like he stumps a bunch. He's got some kind of incinerator, bro. It's almost like reverse moonshining or something. Check this out. It's like a still. It's like a plastic still. Look, see? It's even got the coil.
Yeah.
Because really, a lot of people don't realize that a lot of plastics are petroleum-based in the first place. That's almost JFK head chunk. That's what it comes out as.
It's ugly.
Right.
So this is plastic crude oil. And as you can see, we have quite a bit of this plastic crude oil. Well, it can be fuel, but we need to refine it and clean it up. So let's do it.
And that's how you did. So look at that machine, bro. That looks like some mad science still shit. That looks really cool. Space Nerd says, I appreciate innovators like this. Space Nerd, I figured being a space nerd and a science nerd, you would appreciate something like that. I love seeing stuff like this too, man. People that just think about things totally different. But when I really thought about it, I'm like, well, it is true that a lot of plastics are petroleum based. So he's just like almost reverse engineering it, Scott.
How can you not get behind something like that?
How can you not get behind something like that? So we'll have to look out for that future. For that, he might have a bright future, or he might get assassinated by the oil industry. Who's to say? Going up against oil makes me worry for his life. Brutal Pain just echoed my sentiment right there, not sediment. Plastics are made of fossil fuel. There you go. See, that's what's up. That's knowledge right here. That's what I'm saying. That's right. That's the more you know. Plastics are petroleum based, made of fossil fuels. Hell yeah, kid, says LJ Lowe. Smart kid says pecan. That's what I thought, Brutal Pain. It would eliminate so much waste. So there you go. So there's always another way to look at things. I mean, do you know how many crises would be solved? Well, there you go. This kid had a bright future, but like you said, you might have to worry about him going up against big oil, but hopefully that won't be a problem for him. All right, so we looked at that. Well, as long as, that might help regulate the prices of gasoline maybe, and the crude oil prices, maybe it might lower those kind of prices. I don't know, but there's rising prices for coffee, Scott. You're not the biggest coffee dude, are you? You talk about more about water and soda than anything.
Yeah, I've never really been a coffee drinker. Every once in a while I'll get French vanilla or something. Not very often.
Ooh, French vanilla. Fancy pants when you do. I went through a French vanilla kick for a while, getting the actual coffee and making that my creamer. Well, like everything else, ain't too much going down or getting cheaper in the world, and coffee prices are rising worldwide. So for more on that, brace yourself, coffee drinkers, for coffee prices rising worldwide. Let's take it over to the Bikini Report, who's going to tell us about the coffee prices in the world. Take it away, Bikini Report.
Brace yourselves, coffee drinkers. Your caffeine buzz is about to hit a little harder, at least in your wallet. Coffee is one of the world's most popular beverages. Roughly 2.25 billion cups are enjoyed every single day. But the price of coffee beans has hit a record high, and all those coffee drinkers are likely to start feeling it very soon. It's been quite a wild ride. Arabica beans just topped $3.44 a pound. That's up over 80% this year alone. Unfortunately, the world's top two coffee-producing countries, Vietnam and Brazil, both suffered through some terrible weather. Both saw major droughts, which were then followed by major rainfalls. So bean output is down, but the demand has been rising like crazy. And that's a recipe for the price spike. Historically, major coffee roasters have absorbed modest price hikes to keep consumers happy. But with these numbers, it's safe to say our daily grinds are going to get more expensive soon. How will you deal with a hike in coffee prices? Just suck it up and keep sipping? Or will you have to cut back on your morning joe? Let us know in the comments, and be sure to follow the Bikini Report for more daily headlines.
Thank you, Bikini Report, for that report on rising coffee prices. I have a feeling for some of the guys in the chat, coffee prices aren't the only thing rising. Let's see. We got cute bikini out of that. As far as the young man, Cyke Labs says, yeah, he's donezo. Let's see. We have flick that coffee bean button. Hey, would you take my friend Scott Fitzpatrick advice? I know you love me, folks, but since we got this whole algorithm thing, if you're watching me on Facebook today, or maybe you might be watching me on BF Live The Vibe on YouTube and or Rumble, could you hit a like, share, and subscribe? I'd certainly appreciate it. Thank you for flick that coffee bean button. P. Cunt says, I want to marry her. Space Nerd says, where is Ding today? We can do our coffee talk. Testicle Tiger's being complimentary, saying I like her boobs. Yeah, she has small natties, I call those. Small natties. I take a pair of those small natties. Ha, Testicle Tiger from Space Nerd. Testicle Tiger, I want them pushed more together. It's Tit Talk in the chat. Speaking of Tit Talk, there's Tits McGee Fitzpatrick, defender of multiple birthdays, saying, P. Cunt, she is just going to complain all the time that she's cold if you marry her. She wants her bean grinded. Oh, maybe so, Brutal Pain. Yeah. Brutal Pain's having fun with the Perry emoji and the armchair emoji, and you can too if you're a member right here on BF Live. Pecan says, I'd drink to that. Testicle Tiger says, oh, for sure, but the way they hang, they are definitely big and real. I like them. I like big and real, big and rich. I like it all, big and for sure. She's busy doing bank stuff and being an adult. Talking about our friend Ding Dong. Well, say hello to her for us. Psych emoji. Mandy Diff is because she's a member. They're bigger than they look, LOL, says Testicle Tiger. They look to be a little more than a mouthful. Well, I got a little more than a mouthful ready for you for some other news or not so serious news. In our last regular story before we turn it over for our miserable news history moment, Scott, I have a cool story. This involves the smallest video machine ever built, buddy. Smallest functioning video machine. An Ontario student builds the world's smallest arcade machine. An Ontario, Canada college student constructed what is believed to be the world's smallest arcade machine, measuring just 2.5 inches tall. Victory Kohornen, an electromechanical engineering student from Fanshawe College, unveiled her creation Tuesday. A machine measuring 2.5 inches tall, 1 inch wide by 1.3 inches long. The working arcade machine runs the classic game Pong. Kohornen's machine was officially measured by Fanshawe College civil engineering professor Matt Carson in the hopes of capturing a Guinness World Record for the smallest arcade machine. She goes on to say that I decided to take a look at smaller records that I could beat and found the arcade machine and fell completely in love with the design, Kohornen told CBC News. Size is definitely something that is cool to me.
So it does
to have
matter.
the smallest. What's that, Scott?
So it does matter. size.
Yeah, that's gay. Yeah, size doesn't matter exactly. Apparently it does in this case, at least, buddy. Kohornen was previously part of a high school team that broke the Guinness World Record for the longest selfie stick. Evidence from Tuesday's official measuring must now be reviewed by the record-keeping organization to see if Kohornen has the second title to her name. I just wanted one where I had a certificate in my name where I could frame it, so that was the goal, she said. So I'm going to show you this actual machine actually at work, Scott. Check this out. It actually works.
As a new generation looks on, a current generation electromechanical engineering student prepares to display her innovation. Her leap forward is a tribute to Atari's Pong, the world's first.
It's a Pong, and it's actually working in there. It's like 1.3 inches by 2 inches tall, I think it is.
Widely successful arcade machine.
It's Andrew Dick's Big.
I figured would be the easiest to program. I love the style of the classic Pong machine, which it is a replica of too.
But as you can see, Victoria Korhonen's
little
version
banged
is
up, though,
a
ain't it?
micro machine at 63.5
Little handmade, little crafted look, but I think a function was more than
9 millimeters wide.
than the
Measurements are
appearance, Scott.
designed to qualify it as the tiniest arcade machine on Earth in the Guinness of World Records. The breakthrough uses a minuscule screen.
That, I think it was only about $10, and then the microcontroller another $15, and then the buttons. So the whole thing was mainly, the main cost was time.
So the big question everyone's asking is the game playable? And the answer is
yes, it is fully playable.
Can we play together?
No, unfortunately, it is only one player right now.
Does it take loonies and toonies?
Using two tiny up and down buttons, gameplay is similar to that of the original Pong. To beat the record, the machine has to live up to a long list of checks, or it's game over. A Fanshawe College civil engineering professor was tapped by Guinness to ensure everything meets requirements.
They do a very good job to make sure that it's measured fairly and properly.
Once the checks were complete, Victoria was invited over to view the results. Moments later, verification of a new record. With the achievement, Victoria's next Guinness goal is to create the smallest humanoid robot. Until then, she's content to perhaps market her micro Pong machine, even though it's missing a key money-making component found on larger arcade
I like a girl that likes small
There is
things.
one thing.
No, everybody, all the guys are really digging this chick all of a sudden.
Right. There is a 25-cent place for where you would put a tiny quarter, though.
In London, Sean Irvin, CTV News.
There you go. That's a pretty cool story, Scott.
Yep.
Got some innovative young people. We got young people turning plastics into gasoline and making some of the smallest functioning arcade machines. Testicle Tiger reminds us, good pool, thanks for reminding me. I also saw the world's smallest washing machine in this channel. There you go. You learn about small stuff here. Brutal Pain says, so it's the size of Perry's Italian sausage.
Shut the fuck up.
I didn't say it. Brutal Pain said that shit. Space Nerd says, what can you tell about my boobs since you know what one half boob looks like? Testicle Tiger. Makes sense. She's doing amazing things. She's Canadian, says Tits McGee. Defender of multiple birthdays and Canadian. Shout out to the 30 people jumping in now to BF Live. We're getting into hour number 2 of our 3-hour show. We create a vibe here every Monday through Friday, 12 to 3-ish, by doing the stuff I love about podcasting, radio, and friends, and the chat family. We're creating a vibe right here on BF Live. LJ Lowe says, see, you can still have fun with something that's 2.5 inches. I got to tell my ex-wife. Testicle Tiger says, mine hang like that. I got double D's. That's my only frame of reference. LOL. Uh-oh. Yeah. It's Tit Talk in the chat. JFK Hedgehog says, tiny arcade guy looks like an idiot compared to the plastic guy. Yeah, little different ends of the spectrum of science helping out the world. What does she know, LJ Lowe? Matt checks in, buddy. Look who it is. It's Matt. He's been missing you.
Hey, Matt. Miss you, Matt.
Bones up to BF and to the Midday Feast. We got our friend Scott back here, Matt. And Matt gets the bones up from Brutal Pain. Matt's giving the love to the prop master. There you go.
Brother Matt.
You smoke of the trees, says Mandy Diff. Trees for our friend Matt. Brutal Pain is getting the love from our friend Matt. Space Nerd says Testicle Tiger. Only a C here, but mistaken for D's. It's more tit talk in the chat. People are going to start getting distracted from my show. You guys keep talking about the size of your breasticles. Hoya Matt, just in time for tit talk. See, I told you. Mandy Diff is getting the love from Matt. JFK Hedgehog says she wanted a game that she could keep in her neck pouch. Yikes! Damn. Brutal Payne says she may be a little banged up, Scott, but I'm sure she's a nice person.
Yeah.
You're talking about the machine, I think. You weren't talking about the girl. You were talking about the little machine, right?
Yeah, the machine.
Oh my God. Pecan says I had a Pac-Man game watch, so that don't count. That's yep. Oh, I think I had one of those back in the day too, Pecan. Yeah, I look like a C. They're still talking about their titty size. All right. Ant-Man is already a thing when they got a video game you can play. She's a reverse size queen, says Testicle Tiger. Yeah, all the guys are real excited about this girl all of a sudden. Like, what you said? Excuse me? You don't mind small things? What? Hello? How you doing, girl? Can I get them digits? Yeah. All right. Matt is getting the shout out love from Testicle Tiger. Funky Bronco checks in. He's excited. See, look, I told you.
Yeah, Funky?
Oh my God, Scott is back. I'm so happy. I was worried he was unwell. I'm glad he is back and smoking. See, I told you he was worried about you, buddy.
You know
There
it,
you go.
Funky.
Scott's back. We're here. We're doing it. We're having it. Excuse us. It's Tit Talk in the chat. Tit Cross Talk. We encourage you here on BF Live. I didn't think about my boob talk being on the big screen. Yeah, we're kind of doing a show here. It's our chat fam. They should expect it by now. That's right. Rustical Tiger. Oh, shit. See, this is what we love. This is what we do. That's how we create a vibe. Rustical Tiger right here. All right, here we go. Let's get down to the bottom of this chat. And I says, I guess I'm Testicle Tiger now. Don't insult Testicle Tiger like that. Right. You got to go Breasticle Tiger and Testicle Tiger. All right, Scott. Well, I told you guys that was the last story. So now it is that time for our miserable news history. This is what we tag on at the end of every BF Live other news or not so serious newscast. Compliments of Cyke Labs. We take you back to the days of the Miserable Men Show on Sirius Satellite Radio when Bob Levy was the newsman. And Bob will read the news to us today, a classic news segment. And like we like to do here on BF Live, when Bob says something that you don't understand, you type it in the chat the way you thought you heard it, folks. You ready? Here we go. It's our miserable news history moment for today. We're taking you back to October 26th in the year of 2008. Sirius Satellite Radio, Bob Levy's the newsman with Mike Morse, Shuli, and this time this is features their sometimes guest Twitchels, and you'll hear that Twitchels has like a special quality about him during this. Ready, folks? Here you go. Type in what you think you hear. Miserable news history.
And now it's time for Miserable Men News with your anchorman, Bob Levy.
Goddamn tag me on heroin and main a fro. Me amo el rebo babo levo. News el now lunis Marte Mercale. Avis removes key intelligence figure from post Ramallah.
You never know. Sometimes we get grunty, poopy Bob. This sounds like drowsy Bob.
West Bank. President Mohammed Abbas has removed
and that's Twitchell's on there and piping in the whole
Palestinian intelligence chief who spearheaded an anti-Hamas crackdown. Abbas officially Abbas office says the chief Turfig Tarua will now serve as a
we don't need this guy. I know, bro. I listen, I tense up because I'm like, listen, I'm concentrating on listening, and then I'm like, what is he even talking about at some point?
To the president. The new job appears to be less influential.
Influential.
I'm gonna fucking kill him. Why do you? Abbas announced the decision Tuesday, but now has given reason for it. Iran quarter discuss open style gas natural Tehran. Iran. Russia, Iran, and quarter took their first serious steps towards forwarding an OPEC-style cartel for natural gas on Tuesday. A prospect that unearthed energy important nations in Europe and the United States. The gathering in Tehran, which included the chief what is she doing to him? Russia's stake. The gathering in
Sounds
Cairo,
like a
which
gold
included
dust.
the chief executive of Russia's state-controlled energy company, Gazprom, and the oil minister of the other two factions. Get her out of the room with him. Appeared to be the most significant. The most. Shut the fuck up. The most significant step towards the formation of such a group since Iran's supreme leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei first raised the idea in 2007. Former Thai leader found guilty of corruption, Bangkok, Thailand. Former Prime Minister Thaksin Shinawatra was convicted of corruption Tuesday and sentenced to 2 years in prison. A ruling that may embolden anti-government protesters and prolong a stalemate that has paralyzed Thailand's government. Thankskin dismissed as publicly motivated the charges involving a real estate purchase by his wife. While prosecutors said they would try to extradite the former telecommunications tycoon from exile in Britain. Wow.
He is extra ticky.
What is she doing to him? I've seen her in there and he's flipping out.
I swear to God, I'm looking about the whole time. Next thing you know, Raven's over my lap. I didn't even see her.
And there you have it. And our boy, that was our miserable news history moment. We tack on at the end of every BF Live other newscast. Cyke Labs lets us know that Raven, their producer, would eat bananas, suck on her fingers, and flaunt her boobs to set off his tics. So you can imagine what was going on in the background there, Scott.
You think if I made some of them noises, you could read the chat still?
You know, that would be interesting, bro. I was having a hard time understanding. Well, like, it's already hard enough to understand Bob, and then with him and Twitchell's, all I knew, I could hear Iran and Ayatollah, and that's kind of really all I was getting out of it. I got Shinawatra out of it. Specificant. Bangkok, of course. Funky Bronco says, "There's Ding Dong. She took a little break from adulting to check in on this Thursday and say hello. And Hoya, everyone, happy Thursday to the lovely Mrs. Cyke Clyde. Thank you. That's why Bob said to get her out of here with him on. Yeah. Hoya Ding from Space Nerd checking in. Ding Dong getting the Hoya love from Aunt Esther. Ding getting the love from Testicle Tiger. Ding is getting the love from Matt. Wow, says Space Nerd. 666 Cyke from Matt. Nerd is getting the love, and Testicle Tiger and Aunt Esther from Mrs. Cyke Clyde. Funky Bronco says, Mrs. Cyke Clyde. Hi, Mrs. Ding. How is the new house treating you? Is Mr. Clyde smoking in it? I don't know. That was a rough one. Poor pillhead Bob, LOL. Yeah, sometimes we get like extra grunny Bob. Sometimes we get really drowsy Bob. That was kind of more pilly, drowsy Bob, I'd have to say. Hoya Bronco, I'm dealing with paperwork for it, but it's beautiful. Have fun adulting. Hope you get done with that soon. Bob reads poorly with more confidence than anyone. Well, and then Bob was really late last night. Bob was talking about how good he was reading because he was trying to help wrap up the show last night.
Butterfly in the
and he's like,
sky.
what is it that I can read like really good, like really late at night? So
Take a look.
I don't know if he was delirious or just extra awake there, Scott. I don't know.
Rainbow.
Yeah.
I can go anywhere.
Whoa, Cyke says, with all this adulting and being on the chat, how's my sandwich coming there, Ding?
Rainbow.
My sandwich coming there.
I swallow cum. Is that
Cyke-
a fucking kid's book?
Yeah.
Friends to know.
Cyke has a hot girl who can make him a sandwich.
Reading. Rainbow.
Mandy Div is having fun with the Reading Rainbow.
Reading. Rainbow. Reading.
We'll check the national calendar right after this, make our way up
I'm swimming. I'm a bat in the pool.
to 1:30.
Look at me go. Olivia is such a stupid name.
Stupid name for a fun guy that we love covering with our miserable news history moment, always tacked on to the BF Live other news or not so serious news. What do you say? I run this element and we get on with it to some more fun on BF Live. That was the other news or the BF Live not so serious news. what we do here on BF Live. We hang out for 3 hours a day, and you are the vibe. This is the vibe. You helped me create it. We do it Monday through Friday. You know, we're having it. We're doing it.
We're doing it.
We're having it. Our boy Scott is back. Already pulled out his prop before we even got to the first piss break or everything, so he's getting back on the horse. Ding Dong says, I'll make sandwiches once I'm done doing all the bullshit paperwork and whatnot. Better get off her ass there, Cyke Labs. You know what's good for you. Just Guest says, when was the last time we watched a homeless hottie make a sandwich?
Shut the fuck up.
I think it's a good idea, Scott. Oh, that whole angle. We're trying to convince Perry that what's wrong with a homeless hottie, right? You know, because when he went and took the food from the homeless people, there were some women down there, and if you bring them home and clean them up in the apartment, I think Perry would get a good date out of it. What do you think, buddy? Not a bad idea, right?
Yeah, I guess maybe if you catch him on the beginnings of that meth addict.
Ooh, yeah, we'll catch them on the beginning of the swing down of meth, maybe, whatever.
Yeah.
But we're trying to convince we told there's an app and everything. There's an actual homeless hotties app. So we're trying to tell Perry, hey man, you got to get on this homeless hotties app. Maybe we'll get into that. We'll look at the song or something like that when we do our Perry talk. And I show that other video I have, but I can't go into any of it until I do the next thing I got to do. Because LOL Scott knows. He knows. All right, well, here we go. Here we go, folks. But let's do this. Let's check the National Day calendar. And we're going to make our way up to 1:30. And at 1:30, that's halfway through a typical episode of the BF Live stream show. We'll take our piss break and have a whole lot more fun on the other side of it, folks. So we're nowhere near to being done. But let's do this because it's always a holiday or celebration for someone or something on the National Day calendar. So let's check it with the National Day. Hey, hey.
3, 2, 1.
Yes, Lord. It is Thursday. We're almost at the end of yet another week, December 12th. We're having it. We're here. We're doing it. So let's check the national calendar for this day because there's always there seems like there's a holiday or celebration literally for someone or something every day. So we like to look at them here on BF Live. Today is December 12th. It's National Ding-a-ling Day. Whoa, ding-a-ling. I don't know. When I was a little kid, I would call something in my pants my ding-a-ling, Scott. I don't know. Don't you play with it? Chuck Berry sung a famous song about it. Won't you play with my ding-a-ling? Ding-a-ling. Let's see if it's about that or something else. Or we can check out National Ambrosia Day. Now, I understand that looks like some kind of sick salad or something, some kind of fruity salad. We'll look into that. It's also National Poinsettia Day or Poinsettia. Oh my, it's Poinsettia, BF. It's also National Gingerbread House Day. So we're getting into all these kind of holiday themed ones. Let's go at the top here and let's see what National Ding-a-ling Day is. Won't you play with my ding-a-ling on National Ding-a-ling Day, December 12th. On December 12th, it encourages us to reconnect with people, we once talked to often. So it's nothing I thought about. I was thinking about something totally different. Used to call my thing my ding-a-ling. Well, let's see what this is about. Ding-a-lings on this day call the people that they haven't heard from in a while. It may be an old classmate, a coworker, or a neighbor from years ago. Or perhaps a call will go out to the child who used to mow the grass during the summer. How about the couple who carpooled for soccer? How about no? What was their name exactly? That's why I'm not calling them again. If I can't remember their name, I'm not calling them again. Many people slip out of our lives who would love to hear a ding-a-ling of a call from you. Why don't you just join a ding-a-ling club and call someone this year? Scott, I'm not big on, especially with the advent of texting and everything. Have you gotten away from making personal phone calls as much?
Yeah, I rarely, usually I won't answer the phone. Text me first. Let me know you're going to call.
Yeah, you almost need that. I do that nowadays, Scott. I'll be like, when I want to call somebody, can you talk now? I literally do that. Is it a good time to talk to you? Where before you would just ring the phone and whatever it was. Yeah. But it's Ding-a-ling Day. Funky got to count the teeth. Let's see. Ding getting the love. Jerry Lahane checks in and says, hey, ya and hoya. My ding-a-ling. Won't you play with my ding-a-ling? Funky Bronco says, Scott Fitzpatrick, no filter, LOL. You are wise. Make sure they just got the right amount. They're talking fun. Dingus Lingus says Jerry Lahane. Testicle Tiger says, I don't talk to those people for a reason. Yeah, exactly. Right. There's a reason. Ding-a-ling must be, and especially to calling people that you used to be on a carpool with, that's really going out of the way. But yeah, it's the odd day anymore where, because, and I'll even say it in conversation now, Scott. I'll be like, when I say I talked to somebody today, and I'm like, and I talked to him on the phone, like it's a big deal, like, and it was like, ooh, so that must have been a next level conversation. Like, yeah, we had to get on the phone about this, like,
Yeah.
it's a next level thing.
I
Ding-a-ling must be.
I probably don't actually talk on the phone maybe 5 times a year, man.
Yes. If that. If I got a call from some weirdo I knew 20 years ago, I would be concerned, says Space Chief 75. Yeah, they're probably dying of cancer or some shit. I thought it was a bell with a panda on it. Oh, I get it. A ding-a-ling. Ah, a ding-a-ling. Okay. I'm a girl who grew up in the 80s, says Testicle Tiger. I used to talk on the phone for 12 hours a day. I hate talking on the phone with a passion now. That's what we had when we grew up. We had the really long cord if you wanted to get out of the room with the adults in it. We eventually got the 10, 20, 30-foot cord. We felt like we were living the high life, Scott, when we got those longer
Yeah.
cords, buddy.
Yeah, you can get that curly Q cord that
Yeah.
all got a knot.
That right, because you would stretch it wasn't long enough. Like no matter how long it was never long enough. We would overstretch it, be in the other room thinking, look, nobody can hear me talking. I'm on the down low. I'm out here around the corner and shit. And then you put it back and the son of a bitch like twist up and like a tornado. So yeah, that was fun.
And I'd answer the phone every time then.
You got that right. And the answer to this, Space Nerd, is yes. BF Live the Vibe. Did you talk to girls for hours on the phone? You know it. If I got one on the phone, I kept some on there. Absolutely. Well, let's see what we can keep on keeping on here with National Ambrosia Day. I don't know. Let's see. Ambrosia, it's more than just a 70s band. National Ambrosia Day, Scott, right in the middle of the holiday season. National Ambrosia Day brings a refreshing salad to the celebration table. On December 12th, which is today, bring ambrosia to your holiday dinner or celebration and go home with an empty bowl. I think this is like kind of that pudding-y salad. Let's keep reading about it. Ambrosia, according to Greek mythology, is the nectar of the gods, endowing strength and immortality to those who eat it. The term itself can mean something especially delectable to taste or smell. The earliest recipes for ambrosia salad appeared around the 1800s. The recipes called for citrus fruit, coconut, and sugar. However, those who find coconut disagreeable leave it out of the recipe. Hey, I'm not a coconut guy. You must note that if you omit coconut, a forceful objection could be heard from a true Southerner. The genuine ambrosia salad is served the same day it is prepared. However, more modern recipes suggest overnight refrigeration of the dish. Other ingredients often added to the salad include pineapple, nuts, cherries, apples, bananas, whipped cream, and yogurt. So yeah, it's kind of that nasty, just kind of all. Scott, do you ever eat any of this, brother?
I haven't ate that in particular, but things like that. Everything but the coconut I'm fine with.
Same, buddy. Same, buddy. I am not. Space Nerd appreciates a good ambrosia salad. Let's see what else everybody's saying about this. Hey, Funky, did you appreciate the salad? All right, well, let's keep going on. Let's see if we have some other things that we can share on the National Day calendar. Poinsettia Day. This is like that flyer you see everywhere, Scott, where when you don't have that gift idea for a older relative or something, pick up one of these poinsettias. I don't know if you ever had to do that. I'm speaking of personal experience, I guess.
Yeah. My mom's a flower person. I think they hand it like on the. I don't know if they do that. It's everywhere on the square where we live. Some charity. I can't remember what the names of them. I shouldn't even brought it up. I ain't got. Sorry, never mind.
You're talking about a charity that hands these out during the holidays?
Yeah. You stop by and give them like $1, and they hand you like a little bitty thing to hang on your mirror.
Well, I'm not sure who it is for you, but I know that it is kind of a common fundraising thing. Could be the March of Dimes. We'll have to see. But yeah, it could be a common thing because everybody wants these. And really, this is the only time you really see them. Each year on the 12th of December, people across the United States celebrate one of the most recognizable plants of the holidays on National Poinsettia Day. In the 16th century, Mexico, the connection between the poinsettia plant and the Christmas season begins. According to legend, a girl wanted desperately to celebrate Jesus' birthday. Worried, the girl feared she would have no gift to offer because she was so poor. An angel tells her to give any gift with love. After gathering weeds from alongside the road, the young girl placed them in the manger. Miraculously, the weeds bloomed into the beautiful red stars. That's an interesting story. The poinsettia initially came to the United States with Joel Robert Poinsett, an American botanist and the first U.S. minister to Mexico. In 1825, he sent cuttings home to Charleston, South Carolina. However, it wasn't until the early 1920s that the poinsettia started taking root, if you will, in American culture. Paul Eck, a second-generation farmer in California, discovered a grafting technique that caused the seedlings to branch. Hawking their Christmas flower at roadside stands, Paul Eck Jr. later advanced sales of the poinsettia through shipping and marketing. So there you go. You got this guy, Paul Eck Jr., to thank on National Poinsettia Day. So that's the flower of the season. What's on our National Day calendar today? So we're going to be seeing a lot of these. Gingerbread houses. Scott, have you ever ate, built, or had any interaction with gingerbread houses?
You know, I don't know why, but I've never had gingerbread in my. It's never been a thing for me in my life. I never did it.
I think we had some pieces around every now and then. I was always too impatient to actually build the house, Scott. It was always easier to, like, when a piece, they started falling apart or eat a piece of someone else that made one. But they even have like little box kits that come now where they basically preformed, like prefabbed gingerbread houses where you buy the roof, the sides, you put it all together, you ice it together. And you might do that today on National Gingerbread House Day on December 12th, recognized as a family tradition for many around the country. A favorite food of an Armenian monk, Gregory of Nicopolis, brought gingerbread to Europe around 992 AD and taught French Christians to bake it. Since gingerbread was often used in religious ceremonies, monks baked to be sturdy to mold it into images of saints. We can thank Brothers Grimm for the gingerbread house, though. Through their tale of Hansel and Gretel, they introduced an evil witch who lives in a house made of gingerbread. It didn't take long for the German gingerbread guilds to pick up on the idea. Soon, they put gingerbread houses to more of a festive use, making snowy cottages made from spicy, sweet treats. So that's just some of our days on the National Day calendar as we kind of wrap up this segment and make our way, because it is 1:30, to the BF Live piss break, which we're ready to take now, folks. But that was a little check of the National Day calendar with the National Day Hey Hey.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah, folks. How you doing today? Are you having a great Thursday so far? What's up, buddy?
I got a quick. Well, before we get too far from the gingerbread, you know, there's a reason why I don't eat gingerbread. The story.
Okay.
Whenever I was in second grade, me and a friend, and he had an older sister, a couple years older, and we played taxi cab driver. We got in a car, and he would be the taxi cab driver, and me and the girl, his sister, was smooching in the back seat, and her breath smelled like gingerbread, man. It grossed me out, and I couldn't. To this day, I can't.
So you can't. So you've been shocked, you've been traumatized by the smell of gingerbread ever since, because you tried to make out with this girl and you just wasn't down with that smell, huh?
Yeah, and I powered through it, and it grossed me out.
Ugh. Well, ain't the worst thing you probably could have kissed in retrospect, but yeah, it smells like maybe she was rocking some Dentine or something there. She was trying to get ready for you, but she smelled like too much like gingerbread, huh?
Yeah, ruined gingerbread for me. Never can't stand the smell of it.
Maybe it's best that you didn't make it to any other orifices on her.
Yeah.
Maybe it's best then. Well, you know what else is a good thing, Scott? What the good thing is that we got a chat family here. We got about 29, 30 people here, and we're about to take the BF Live piss break for like 2.5 minutes, folks, because it's halfway through 3 hours of live content that we do here every day, Monday through Friday, 12 to 3-ish right here. This is BF Live stream show, The Vibe. This is the vibe that you and we all create together. So after this piss break of 2.5 minutes, we're going to come back with Cyke Labs, some Perry Talk, some Just for the Ladies, and whatever other fun stuff we can get to in the afternoon, making our way up to 3-ish, 2 to 3 o'clock hour right here on the East Coast, where I'm coming to you from. So this is what we do, folks. This is where we grab a drink, we grab a smoke, you grab something to eat, and grab a friend and tell them that no one has more fun in the midday than we do right here on BF Live, The Vibe. See you in 2.5 minutes for more fun on the other side.
I think I need a piss break. I'll do the pee-pee dance. I'll do the pee-pee dance. I'll do the pee-pee dance, pee-pee dance. Yeah. Think I need a piss break. I think I need a piss break. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think I need a piss break. I do the pee-pee dance. I do the pee-pee dance. Yeah. I think I need a piss break. Oh yeah. I'll do the pee-pee dance. Oh, watch me now. I'll do the pee-pee dance. Come on, give it to me, that pee-pee break. DJ, hook it up. Drop that beat. Yeah. I'll do the pee-pee dance. I think I need a piss break. I think I need a piss break. Yeah. Watch me now. Pee-pee breakdown, pee-pee breakdown. Break it down, pee-pee, yeah. Think I need a piss break. I think I need a piss break. I think I need a piss break. Oh, yeah. Wash your hands. Don't be gross. I know you touched your pee-pee.
And we're back. At least I'm back from touching my pee-pee. Maybe Scott... maybe Scott was having a little too much fun touching his pee-pee, but he's back as well. And I trust and hope that you are back and ready for the second half of the BF Live Stream Show 204. Hey, I see Deadpool snuck in here. He was like... trying to tell the bot not to give him up. Whoa! And there's another reason I can tell is because the Nightbot allowed the stream bots to let me know that Deadpool just tipped me $19.92. That's in honor of Perry Caravel Alive. That's a special year in time. We know that. Thank you, my friend Deadpool, for your support and keeping the vibe alive, my friend. I hope you're doing good, man, because I don't know if you heard this, Scott, but Deadpool kind of tripped and hurt himself a little bit. He's not as mobile as he once was.
No, I guess I didn't really know.
Yeah, he was coming to the chat, letting us know he's a little banged up. So I hope that you're kind of resting, relaxing. We'll keep you entertained, Deadpool, and I hope you're recovering real well. Thank you for the 1992. Let's get on with it. There's a Cyke Labs content link right there, folks. When you see these links go by you, they're clickable. You click on that and you go to YouTube, give them a like, share, subscribe, and watch what I'm about to show you at your leisure, folks, because Scott, you know what time it is, bro. It is time for him for just that. You ready? It's time
Psych.
for...
Psych.
Psych.
That's right, folks. It is that time on BF Live The Vibe. We feature my friend Cyke from Cyke Labs. Like I said, you can catch his link, click on that, and you can watch this at your leisure. But stick around and enjoy this right now. I want to shout out Cyke. Number one, I want to say congratulations to him and Ding Dong. Scott, I don't know if you heard, but they just recently settled on some new house, a new digs, man.
New crib?
Yeah, they got a new crib going on, so that's what Ding Dong's busy. She's still doing some paperwork in the background. And Cyke, I saw that you say in the Perry chat last night, that, and I know you said in other chats, that you've been sick, bro, but you wouldn't know it by the amount of content this guy puts out, man. This guy, he lives for this stuff. He lives for it. He loves it. Great people, great vibes. Let's have it. Let's do Cyke Labs right here on BF Live. All right, let's go. And I hope you get better soon there, buddy. I wouldn't know you were sick by the content that you pump out, my friend. So let's get into some of these. And I like this. I like this especially because Scott hasn't been around for a couple days. So some of these will be new to our friend Scott. So let's do this. Cyke Labs, my friend, BF Live. Let's have fun. It's a vibe. Whoop. Man, here we go. Look at it.
Afro hon den är hard, jag må nog amarela. Och det ju bara se vai alondrus. This
is what I'll be putting up with tonight, folks, because one of the links that you see running in my chat is 100 Proof Podcasting. And tonight at 10 o'clock East, if you want to hang out, we don't like running against Perry, so we didn't have to run against Perry last night. We do replayables on Thursday night now. So if you want to hang out for some like kind of midweek freaks where we drink, smoke, laugh, and joke, we're building our hours up. We're almost back up to 4,000 hours of monetization, but we're having fun working our way up to that. So join us for tonight, 10 o'clock East. But this is our boy Chris, and this is what I normally see backstage before the show.
Afro hon den är hard, jag må nog amarela. Och det ju bara se vai alondrus. Afro with thick thing guys do Afro on den är hard, jag må nog amarela.
I think my body's going through fucking menopause right.
There you go. There's like a first piece of Cyke Labs content from the twisted mind of Cyke Labs. That's my boy Chris Abels. Who? My boy who?
Chris fucking Abels?
Yes, the one and only Kevin. Let's see. So that's Chris. You know, sometimes he's doing that, Scott. You know, he always drinking, acting a fool. Funky Bronco knows that famously. Let's see. Chris Fake Swig and Abel says Brutal Pain. Chris Wahlberg says Space Nerd. Let's see. Accurate Abel says Peacunt. Funky Bronco says not Chris Abels. He isn't drunk. LJ Lowe says Chris Gayables. Oh, let me see. Where's that CDH? Here we go. Oh, it's right here.
I'm kind of feeling fucked up tonight. I'm getting a handy from a stranger. I'm getting a handy from a stranger. Handy from a stranger. Handy from a stranger. I wasn't even going out tonight. I'm getting a handy from a stranger.
Hang out with us tonight on 100 Proof Podcasting. You might get a handy from a stranger, too. It's Chris Gayable, says LJ Lowe. Thank you, BF. You're welcome, bro. I hope you get better, man. You're killing it, man. And the way you're killing it, I can tell is because you got these videos of Chris backstage, and I'm like, Chris, come on, man. We're doing replayables. And this is Cyke Labs. Oh.
So the programming is great, man.
This is so Chris.
He talks like that too.
Chicken wing. There you go, look. That's the bread man himself. That's right, the one and only. You'll see him with me tonight at 10 o'clock East, 100 Proof Podcasting, bro. Let's keep going with this Cyke Labs content, and we'll make our way up to some of the newest pieces of Cyke Labs content. I'm gonna take you back a little bit. I do this stuff on the strength, yo. I do this on the strength, Scott.
I ain't gonna lie. Right now, my feelings is a little hurt, yo. I was just walking in the Wawa on Mango Ave, and I was trying to be polite, hold the door for the girl behind me. You know what I'm saying? She was walking in with another girl. You know, she said thank you. I said, no problem, sweetie, no problem. I kept walking in, and I hear her whisper to the girl behind her. That boy looked retarded. And she didn't think I heard that shit. But I heard that shit.
Heard that shit. That shit hurt.
And it hurt my feelings, yo, on the strength.
On the strength.
I just wish people would think about shit before they say it, you know what I mean?
That shit was wrong, man. That shit hurt on the strength, yo. I know what you're saying, Cyke Clyde. I know what you're saying, brother. Let's see. I seen who checked in real quick. Brian Kowalczyk checks in real quick and says, homie won't like to hear that. Hey, Brian knows because he watches. He's a replayables bro, and he knows that that handy from a stranger song there, Scott. That makes the homie cringe a little bit.
Oh, does it?
yeah. She's got. I think it's brilliant, man. I don't know if that's a Stacey Allen jam. I think she might have put that together. The Reverend Wild Bill says, "Hoya, what's up, buddy? Checking in from the ATL. I think it's funny because I like anything funny to play, buddy. I think it's hilarious. But she takes that one to heart for some reason. I don't know what she knows or thinks doesn't want to know about Chris or whatever. But that I told Chris that if he's not back from his piss break in time, Scott, when we do the llama time on replayables, which you can see tonight, I tell him if he's not back in time and I need to stretch, that I'm playing that song, and that encourages him to get back in time for the llama time. Chris opened a business, Assassin's business cards. Mini Ables we got out of those. I do like Chris as a Mexican little person. Hi, Poppy. Look, he's surrounded by the frosty one. There you go, Funky Bronco. That's more the element you know of Chris Ables. Hilarious. Should open every show, says Jerry Lane of those videos. Levy on the strength, yo. He's feeling the strength, Spacey 75. Who, me? He says Beatles, as Jerry Lane. Pecan is laughing. Levy knows how to sweet talk the ladies. He certainly does. Yeah, on the strength, he knows how to.
Yeah.
All right, let's get on with more of this. I got more great content. You wouldn't know that Cyke Labs is sick, man. You wouldn't even know. But I do have to pause for the cause, folks, because I got bills here to pay on BF Live. I'm trying to make this my job. So here we go. After these messages, we'll be right back. After this from Delta Airways.
Pride for me is not being ashamed of being gay anymore. Delta supports everyone of every group, whether you're gay, whether you're straight.
I started in the women's uniform. I didn't feel like it was me. Once I made the switch to the men's uniform, I can't even describe how I feel and how it helps me feel confident in who I am. Every day when a male flight attendant meets me and I'm wearing my vest and my tie, I always say, "Hey, twin," like that.
I'm a little upset because you look better than I do in the male uniform.
Get out of here.
And now back to the program. That's why I told you. That's why I had to share that, because Brutal Pain says, "Oh, hey, twin." And Testicle Tiger says, "This is my favorite. Hey, twin." So I got to play the classics as well as the new stuff, which we're about to come up on in this Cyke Labs content segment. Talking about greatest hits. Let's play another one. Let's do some back-to-back greatest hits right here. You know what Bob Levy likes. We like Bob Levy, but Bob Levy likes something else.
You're live at the Waterfront Village with my friend, the zombie, Jonathan. You're looking good. Jonathan just got an awesome face paint job. What do you think?
I like turtles.
All right. You're great, zombie. I like turtles. Good times here at the Waterfront Village.
There you go. Wait a minute. Scott has a question up here. What is this question? Scott says, wait a minute. He says, "I hope Cyke Labs gets better. I hope you feel better, man. It sucks when your illness gets in the way with the ability of you to consume weed." Scott has a simple question about this lady, I think, reporter Scott. Is that who it's about? Would you?
The two airline.
Oh, would you? Okay. I was a little behind on that. Would you? Scott wants to know, would you? Well, I look dead sexy. I don't know about Chris Ables, but would you? I'm going to say yes. I would do me. I would definitely do me, baby. No Funky Bronco. Hawaiian Punch. My stomach already messed up. And Pecan likes turtles. And we love featuring Cyke Labs content right here, which is what we're in the middle of right here on BF Live. Let me close a few of these. And let me show you some of the newer stuff that we have right here. Well, it is the holiday season, folks. So let's get into this. Let's get into Bob riding the Levy horse into Christmas, making his way into Christmas. This is Bob riding the Levy horse from the Twisted Mind of Cyke Labs, who you can watch anytime at your leisure by clicking on the Cyke Labs content link running in my chat. Check this out, Scott.
Con mi burrito sabanero voy canino de Belén. Con mi burrito
¿Dónde está Bob Levy?
sabanero voy canino de Belén. Cinere, cinere. Voy canino de Belén. Cinere, cinere. Voy camino de Belén. Tuki, 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 tuki. Tuki, tuki, dubida. Apúrate, mi burrito, que ya vamos a llegar. Con mi burrito.
There you go. Bob Levy bringing in the holidays, riding on the Levy horse. If you want to ride that Levy horse. He's got it. That's Bob in there. I would do me too, says Brutal Pain. Widow Killer checks in and says, Bob is a vampire and a zombie. That's two things because two things are better than one. There's a Bob Levy fan. He knows what's up. Widow Killer checking in for BF Live The Vibe. Come on and bring that vibe and get some. I would do me too, says Brutal Pain. Funky Bronco says, Testicle Tiger, yes, you don't want to shit yourself. Dancing Minnie Ables is hard to top, says Jaron Hain. Pecan is laughing. Space Nerd says, festive. I love the Levy house or horse. It's both dead and alive. The horse. I'm a girl, Funky. I don't poop. Yeah, let's not get it twisted. We all know that girls don't poop. So yeah, testicle tiger's a girl. She don't poop. All right, well, let's get on to this because we got to get on to some other stuff. Let me see. Well, I even got included into this, Scott, and I don't know if you've been here since these lovely videos have showed up from the twisted mind of Cyke Labs, but here's some more. Look at this. This is me.
Damn, girl, are you having some drugs in that bra? Because you got a perky sick.
The fuck?
Damn, girl, are you having some drugs in that bra? Because you got a perky sick.
Great joke. You hear the joke, Scott? Hi, girl, you hiding some drugs in that bra because you got a perky set. That's a great line. Great line there. All right, let's see if we close that one. All right, I got another one for you. Let's see. So we started off the show talking about all the Joey C drama going on, right? And how there was supposed to be a fundraiser.
Right.
Well, Cyke from the Twisted Mind of Cyke Labs, he kind of made a video about Joey C, the fundraiser, the one that never happened. From the Twisted Mind of Cyke Labs, check this out, Scott, and look at the video that it contains of actual Joey C video from the Twisted Mind of Cyke Labs, Joey C fundraiser, the one that never happened. Call 1-800-BOB.
Hey there, friends, it's a shit with Dave and Joey C. These wheels, let's make it clear.
This is him posting on his ambulance ride, bro.
We can't walk far, dealer spray some pumps that happen here. Donate now, let's get him that car. Help Joey C, he's a superstar. Call 1-800-BOBBY, Anchor Bar. Joey needs a car. Join his friends, let's lend a hand. Joey sees the dreams, and we need a plan. Without his feet, you got golden farm. Let's make a train.
About to get into Perry talk after this. There's a big feed in there.
Help him drive away. Joey's a champ, let's brighten his day. Call 1-800-BOB, don't delay. Help Joey see hip hip break.
There we go. We got to help Joey C. That's the Joey C fundraiser. That never happened. From the Twisted Mind of Cyke Labs, boy. Cyke is killing it, is he not?
He is.
Oh, my God. Joey C. has water feet, says JFK Head Chunk. LJ Lowe loves this song. Let's see. What the fuck? Who would film him in the hospital? This fucking grifting shit is crazy, man. Yeah, that was his actual video of him, like, posting, like, live going to the hospital there, Scott. So.
Yeah.
Let's see. Space Nerd says, I was thinking the same thing, Funky Bronco. Well, that's what we get in the Dabbleverse, and that's what we get when you give that kind of video to the Twisted Mind of Cyke Labs. Yes.
You know, there's a video I could send you real quick of I mean, I don't know. Before I knew my first meetings of Joey C.
Yeah.
I just, doing friendly trolling, and I said something about him having sugar foots or something about that. And he didn't like me back in the day. I can send you a video if you want to keep continue, but I can send you a pretty funny video that he don't remember me from back then though.
Yeah, it's funny because I guess he didn't know you at first, but yeah, I don't know if I'm knowing the video you're talking about, but yeah, put it in our messenger and I can play it.
Okay,
and while you do that, I'll play. How about, I know that there's at least 2 Mike Morse fans out there, so I have a song for you from the Twisted Mind of Cyke Labs, from the Twisted Mind of Mike Morse. Here is Don Levy from the Miserable Men Show. Here's a little Cyke Labs, Mike Morse, a little musical interlude from the parody genius Mike Morse, right here on Cyke Labs.
Al Rosenberg.
I'd like to be called Don from now on.
The Reverend
please.
Don Levy. We actually have a song. Do you have that song, Raven?
Oh, we have one?
Yeah, Raven?
You waited this long to fucking...
Oh, you got it? Yeah, here's a song in honor of Bob getting a thank you card from Beth and Howard, addressed to Bob Levy, and then inside it said, thanks, Don.
No, the Don, because they know. They know.
Yeah, but the card said, thanks, Don. Didn't say the Don.
No.
Otherwise, we wouldn't be talking about it.
I scraped a little off.
Yeah, well, and here we go. Here's the song.
Oh, yeah, Mike Morse.
Howard's wife thinks Bob's name is Don Levy.
Simple and great.
Then Howard said things that made Levy whine. Don Levy. He didn't think Bob had a wife. Thinks Bob is broke and has no life. But that won't happen
Yes, Mike Morse, the great, talented, lovely Mike Morse.
Don Levy. Mike Morse, by way of our friend Cyke Clyde, who preserved all this stuff for all time in Cyke Labs content segment here. Space Nerd is loving the Mike Morse there. She guys, Funky Bronco says Don Juan. Scott sends me, he's going to send me this video. This is about when you guys were all early, and Joey C, I mean, really none of us have been around too long. It's safe to say you've probably been on air a little bit longer than Joey C at this point. I don't know, about the same amount of time, right?
Yeah, well, I think he had me a little bit crossed of somebody else too, and it was I done Baloney show. Remember Baloney?
That's right. Bill Loney was I used to poke at him, right?
Yeah, and Baloney was so he seen me on Baloney show, and Baloney was who was introducing me to the Joey C world. So you can imagine how that was, one sided with Baloney. And so then I checked in with Joey C here, and he remembered me off that show, I guess.
So this is early Joey
like
C before
cool.
pre car stuff and pre probably Potsdam or whatever, all the kind of stuff of getting all the money for the trips and all that stuff. A little early Joey C Scott Fitzpatrick interaction right here.
Okay. I know surely. I'm not gonna just let it go when you fuck with me. I'm gonna attack you just as hard as you try to attack me. I'm not Shuri. Don't mistake me. Okay. Now here comes the other guy, Scott Fitzpatrick, I heard he's got a mouth to the south on me too.
Mouth of the South.
Heard some things about him. People tell me he's talking mad shit about me too. Another troll.
This is after the dick pics. What a good.
Okay.
You don't remember this, I'm sure.
There you go. There you go. We did a little kind of Joey C report because Scott has some interactions out there. Asking your monkey on the back question. That was always fun. This is before. Is this before or after the dick pics? That was so funny when somebody spammed him, Scott, and got to them acting like they were producer Joe, saying, "Hey, before you make your first appearance on the Julie Network, we ever have you on, you got to send us naked pictures of your wife." Yeah, that was funny. Joey is fucking clown shoes, which is all he can fit in his swollen dogs in. Good point, Testicle Tiger. Hoya 2 Joints, who checked in and snuck in during this bit right here, says, good morning, BF, Bobby, Vibe, and Scott. Brother! What's up, brother? Hoya 2 Joints. That's most of his apartment. Let's see. Good morning, Testicle Tiger and JFK Headchung. As we continue on, we're kind of in the middle of Cyke Labs right here, but we kind of fit that little fun video in right there. We just did a little bit of Mike Morse. Let's see. Why did I put this in here and not? Okay, let me. Okay, this might have been the video that you wanted to send, but you didn't. Oh, here we go. Well, let's play that. I'm gonna save that for Perry Talk. All right, here we go. I'm going to save you this one because this works together. I'm going to leave you with this one, folks. And I'm going to remind you one more time that throughout this show, Cyke Labs link, now that I have Nightbot, will be running. Click on Cyke Labs, give them a like, a share, subscribe for absolutely free, and watch this next thing I'm about to show you and everything else that I don't have enough time to show you at your leisure. Scott, hang on to this one, buddy, because Iggy Pop is the famous punk rock guy, right? He's still at it, correct?
Yeah, I seen a recent video of him.
Sure you did, but did you see it with Stuttering John Melendez's face on it?
Oh, boy.
No, you did not, because you did not see Cyke Labs. This is Stuttering Iggy Pop Melendez from the Twisted Mind of Cyke Labs. This is the last piece I'm going to leave you with today, and you can watch it anytime you want by going to Cyke Labs on YouTube. This looks so right, Scott.
Yeah.
This doesn't even look like hardly a change.
He's still got his biceps.
Look at that. Look at that gun. I think they said he's like 77 years old or something, Scott. We got to do that one more time. You can't believe your eyes right there. Let's see. 2 Joints says Perry emoji equals Iggy Pop. I don't know. It's kind of close.
Shut the fuck up.
2 Joints is talking about you. He's your mod, buddy. On Esther says, oh my God. 2 Joints says Matt Bones. Space Nerd is laughing. Testicle Tiger says beer gut. And we're going to show it one more time. Stuttering Iggy Pop Melendez from the Twisted Mind of Cyke Labs. Our last piece, and then we're going to move on.
Också Weber. Och inte väl där när Mercer och like Preben. And
That is punk rock. That is stuttering Iggy Pop Melendez from the Twisted. Oh, JFK says he's got the human fanny pack. Built in like gun fanny pack right there. Oh, I see people always checking in. Beer gut, says Testicle Tiger. Too skinny to be John. As Stacey Allen tries to sneak in here and time it just right because she knows I'll be eventually making my way up to her segment just for the ladies. This is just for Stacey.
My cherry pie. I can't really sing this song.
Good afternoon, Stacey Allen on this Thursday. Pecan is laughing, which is good. Testicle Tiger, he's like 80 years old talking about Iggy Pop. Yeah, just about. The human fanny pack. Stacey, good morning. This isn't for the ladies, LMAO. I was referencing Studying John more than Iggy Pop with that one. Aunt Esther has fun with the Cyke emojis. She enjoys Cyke. Stacey Allen getting the Hoya love from Aunt Esther. Stacey says, just got back from the gym just in time. Yikes, yikes, and yikes. Yeah. Looks like Chewbacca shaved. All right, folks, well, there you have it. I always am proud to bring it to you. Well, let's get on to some other fun. That was Cyke Labs.
Cyke.
Cyke.
Hell yeah, we got to do it, Scott. We got to get into it, man. Happy to have you back after a couple days not being around. So let's do this and get into it. Let's keep going, man. It's 2 o'clock exactly. What do you know, brother? Time must be flying because we are having fun. Cyke Labs is done. 2 o'clock, 2 full hours out of 3 hours of live content that we like to do when we hang out with you every day, Monday through Friday, right here on BF Live. Let's check out a couple of these comments, and then we probably got to get on with some Perry talk and some other fun segments now that the ladies are here. Let's see. Two Joints says that Cyke's amazing. I agree and concur. Stacey Allen from Funky Bronco. The gym near my house smells of farts. I see a theme with our boy Funky Bronco here. He's got fart issues with everything. Stacey Allen says, Funky Bronco, mine usually smells like sweat, but today it was nice, fresh scent. Testicle Tiger is having fun with the psych emojis. You can too. Let's see. Funky Bronco says, Stacey Allen, ventilation is important. Indeed, Funky. All right, well, we got through the chats. We got through Cyke Labs content segment. But Scott, like you said, you caught the end of it last night, but they do such long streams. Last week, Perry did like an 11-hour stream. Last night, they did a stream till 3 o'clock in the morning. So what do you say I go to Twitter X and we look at Twitter X for a little Perry talk? You ready, buddy?
Right on, man. Do it.
Let's do it. It's time for Perry talk.
Talk. Perry talk. Perry talk. Talk. Perry talk. Talk. Perry talk. Perry talk.
That's right, folks. It was a banger last night. So much fun being a part of this larger community with the PCL family. And last night was just a lot better, Scott, because you knew that even out of this silliness that we were going to be like doing something good beyond this by giving for the proceeds for Toys for Tots. Two Joint says Toys for Tots was great. It was, man. I can't wait. And I don't really care what the total is. I just know that it's going to be a good one no matter what it is. I'm anticipating a good one, but it just felt a little extra good. Matt's having fun with the Perry emojis, and you can too, for as little as 25 cents per show, or for $5 a month, or 50 cents per show if you member up here on BF Live for $10 a month. Thank you very much for being a member here, Matt. MSIP says, I think Stacey Allen meant JIM, not GYM. Oh, she was on Jim, at Jim's house, maybe? I don't know. Pecan is a member and having fun with the Perry emojis too, getting excited for this Perry segment. So let's do it. Yes, it was last night, the Toys for a Tot stream. And I love these. I love the way that Tom produces it because, Scott, they do the thing where it looks like Bob is sitting right in the apartment with him. That's one of the things I like about this stream. And the first time he did it when it looked like he was smoking in Perry's place was awesome. So I think Perry's starting to wear down, thinking that Bob is his best friend or whatever. So I think we're finally starting to get to him. So yeah, we hung out last night. It was always fun, but yeah, it just felt there was an extra buzz about the show last night. This is the talented people that hang out in these chats. This is Dio Brando with a reminder. This was Perry Caravello's mandatory move to Florida, 12/12. That's right. The 12/12 it's supposed to happen today, Scott. The mandatory move to Florida that he's been refusing. Today is the actual date. So that's what we're reminded of with Dio Brando Productions over on PCL. Talented chat family over there. This is when you tell your girl your Perry is on tonight. Uh-oh. What is this here? There you go. So this is how you submit your tips for tonight. This was just a pointer. I did super tips because they all take less than the 30% that YouTube does. Scott, as a matter of fact, Tom turned off super chats last night.
Oh, yeah?
Turned them off. Yeah, kind of not something that you hear about happening on every show, is it?
No.
He actually turned them off because 30% off the top is just way too much, number one. And number two, he was explaining that if you want to do good before Christmas, the next payout isn't until December 20th from YouTube or a day or two after. So that really doesn't come in time to really help out this time of the year. Testicle Tiger says 125 tips in the queue hour into the show.
Wow. Wow.
Widow Killer says the fact that Perry said he loved playing with cocks as a kid was hilarious and worrisome. Yeah, Scott, Bob got that out of him somehow, that little soundbite out of him. So you liked playing with small cocks when you were a kid or something like that. MSIP. All right, so there you go. So that's how you were tipping last night. There was the link to the show. Scott, I don't know if you've been around for the homeless hotties thing. This is what I was telling you about earlier. So
I missed this.
Okay, good. So I'm glad I got it here for you. This is Homeless Hotties. This is the brand new app that's sweeping the nation, and we're trying to get Perry to take advantage of it because he's batting about a 0. He hasn't been late in over 15 years or more. So this should be a good alternative, but let's see what Perry thinks about Homeless Hotties.
Homeless hotties, come if you want or no to. Homeless hotties, nice and dirty for you. Homeless hotties, playing, touching your stuff.
Dogs.
No, I ain't a goddamn animal out of my home! Son of a bitch! How many fucking times? No animals allowed in my goddamn apartment! You fucking asshole!
There you go. Homeless Hotties. Hey, Scott, the other night it was funny because Tom actually slowed him down for that video and would pause it and he'd go, okay, what about this one, Perry? No. What about this one? Oh, okay, maybe, I don't know. He was trying to get him to narrow down which girls he would actually go for. Testicle Tiger says, Matt, my fuck you got lost because he focused on the name Perry is gay and blows dudes. Funky Bronco says, Perry should follow Scott's tips on homeless hotties. Get them right before they do too much meth. That was a good pointer there, Scotty. If you catch them at the right time, that's all key to it. There you go. There you go. Let's see. Bob laughing at Perry is hilarious. Yeah, Bob lost his shit last night when Perry was talking about something. I think that clip might be on here. 12/12/24. That's the date he's supposed to move. Brutal Pain, another PCL family, says, I saw like $4 $50 chats alone. I made Bob chuckle, Matt says, with my fuck you, Perry chat last night. Perry just looked confused. There was a lot of great moments last night. Let's see how many of them they cover. And I'll show you Perry when he actually read my chat because I had some words that I shared with him too. I was losing it when he got you were losing it when he got the Mrs. Claus. All right, well, let's check and see what else is in here. So yeah, there's Toys for Tots right there again. What other videos they have? Yes, Bob and Jim want to fix Perry's refrigerator door again, Scott. He was having a hard time getting in there last night, and Bob was, as soon as he got around to that camera, this is what Bob said. Look
how stupid that door is. I got to put it back on. It's got to go on the other side.
Goddamn door, jackass!
You're stuck in there. Look at you. What kind of house is that? Look at that. All right, duck. There you go. I'll fix that when I get there.
You're not touching the fucking door.
We don't even need a door. We'll just put plastic over it and you can just reach through. Stupid.
Shut up, idiots. It's my home. The door stays the way it is, so I can open up my produce drawers.
Yeah, but Jim doesn't like it that way.
I don't fucking care what Jim wants. Jim doesn't live here. It's my house, not that fucking pig's house. Jim doesn't I don't give a fuck. Excuse me for using the F word.
He said that
Well,
he
Toys
wants
for
the door
Tot
on the other
stream.
side. So I said,
I don't
"All right,
care.
let's go
He
there."
doesn't live here. He'll never be here. So shut up.
Oh, there you go. And Scott, Bob got out of him last night talking about Tony. He got through the slip of words. He says, "Well, one more time this year, one more time." And so we're definitely either way. Tom B was going to get Tony back in there, but I think it might have kind of happened through a conversation where Bob at least is setting it up a little bit to where we want a Tony visit before the end of the year.
Thank God
This
for
next
that.
one's- yes. This one says Perry ruins Bob's warm and lovable Christmas story. Let's see how Perry fucked it up again last night, cussing during a Toys for Tot stream. Let's check this out.
All right, Bob, your favorite Christmas present?
It had to be the big wheel. Well, you didn't know what was
nothing
wrapped
beats a
in
big
there. Yeah, it was wrapped up. You're like, what is this? Like, it's like a pyramid. It's like, I don't know what's in here. And then you really had to ruin my story. Fart like that.
He pulled a Scott Fitzpatrick, bro. He lifted a butt cheek during Bob's touching story about his favorite childhood toy, the big wheel.
I'm sorry, I got gas. Okay, I'm drinking this crap.
You had to go through the whole move inside.
He's right in the middle of it. You got to make it all about yourself.
Exactly.
I'm sorry.
He's sorry.
Like I was saying,
Well,
Tom,
the entire audience is laughing at me.
it was a big wheel. It was a very exciting time, but he kind of ruined the story with the fart.
I figure you might like that one. Space Nerd says his raid can should be by his chair and not in the kitchen. Well, Space Nerd, you saw a couple weeks ago when they were telling him about the bugs, gnats, or the fruit flies around the French fries and everything. What did he do? He's like sprayed it like it was seasoning for the food. He's like spraying it in the general vicinity of the food. Like I wouldn't. It's just a mess. He uses his produce door for the M&Ms. For those of you who don't follow Barry. Space Nerd says Testicle Tiger when he tries so hard not to laugh. Yes, he was talking about Don Barris because there's a story about Don Barris slapping Perry upside his face with his dick one time, and then Perry said something last night about I grabbed it and did something with it or pushed it away, and Bob lost his shit. Testicle Tiger, you are in the know. Produce drawer. Testicle, I see you backstage. Testicle Tiger says, "Oh yeah, he lost it on the dick slap story." That's right. Yep, BF. The burps and the farts last night were tremendous. They were, and I do notice that when they start talking about the 92 scory a lot, Scott or Randy, he starts with the. It's always like it's like a trigger or something. Let's see. Well, here's another bro joining us backstage. I'm glad that he decided to jump in with us for a little bit. Even a little bit of this guy is better than none. He's my friend, he's yours. He's from the Great White North. He is Bobby Nick.
Hello. Hey, everybody.
What's up, bud? How you doing, man?
Oh, not too bad. It's sore as fuck though, because yesterday I had to go out and I went to the hospital and I thought for sure I was gonna be slipping on the ice, but no. With my luck, I walked into the fucking hospital and I slipped on the fucking rug and bit the fucking dust.
What the fuck are you doing? You're supposed to get hurt before you go to the hospital, not after you visit.
I know, right? Oh
Bro.
my god. So yeah, I fell on my knees and shit, and I went down, and all of a sudden I noticed that there was like 5 people surrounding me.
Oh boy.
They were like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. I just fell." And then they're like, the one person dragged a chair over to me to.
They've never seen
so
this
I tried to get up
before.
I tried to get up on I tried to pull myself up on the chair. I just was not fucking ready yet. My knees were fucking killing me. But anyway, the lady's like, just take it. One of the ladies was like, take your time. We've always got the lift. Use the lift. And I'm like, I'm thinking to myself, what the fuck is the lift? I was like, I can't stay down here long enough to find out. I fucking grabbed onto that fucking chair and just pulled myself up as fucking hard as I could.
You were determined they weren't going to bring you a lift, huh?
I wasn't getting lifted up by.
I ain't bringing no fucking lift out here.
I don't want to know what the fuck the lift is.
All right, well,
that's
so let
my
me.
story.
So let's double back a little bit on this. Number one, you obviously what about the first reason you went to the hospital? What is that issue? You don't have to share any more than you don't want to. Are
Well,
you
it's just
okay with
blood
that, or
work.
did? Huh?
Yeah, it was just blood work.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's good to
Yeah.
know. Yeah.
Regular
Scott
blood
and I
work that
were
I get every
talking.
3 months.
Cool. Scott and I were talking about how we had the rare outdoor sighting of Bobby Nick on social media yesterday. You
Yeah.
sent me a video, and so we'll talk about it a little bit. So yeah, you had to go out. You typically go out every now and then, and typically it's all like one thing. Like I've noticed, you go out and do your doctor's visits. You'll have a spot to eat somewhere. You might bring a friend or Janice along or something like that. So it's like a whole day thing, right?
Yep. Yeah,
All right.
pretty much.
Well, man, I saw this video yesterday you sent to our private messenger, which I think is totally hilarious. Those who've been kind of watching Bobby Nick, or even if you don't, he is famously from the Great White North, those of you who don't know that. So we've always had fun talking about the differences between American stuff and Canadian stuff and just having fun in general. And one of the running jokes we had when we started talking about Canadian bacon is that Bobby Nick is like, there's no such, what the fuck are you talking about? There's no such thing as Canadian bacon up here. It's ham, people. So it's been like an ongoing thing. We try not to poke Bobby's cage too much about bacon. But yesterday, like I said, he was out and about with the rare Bobby Nick, away from his podcasting setup sighting, out and about. And I get this video. Check this out.
Yeah.
Oh, hey guys. Look what I got here. I got a burger. Ooh, look at this. I'm gonna take the top off the bun. Oh, look at that. We got, what's that? That is bacon.
Yeah, it's actual bacon.
Actual bacon.
That is not that bullshit Canadian bacon.
Right.
That you guys think of.
So now here, right? So that is that American bacon? What was that? It's bacon.
But
no, it's just regular bacon.
Look at this.
American bacon.
Look what else is there.
Regular. Look.
There's a chunk of ham.
There's the Canadian
Guess
bacon on it
what?
too.
We
Look
do
at
have
that.
ham.
Two kinds of
And
bacon.
Now, Canadian bacon.
The way you guys
Just ham?
have bacon in America. Don't doubt me.
Yeah, don't doubt me, motherfuckers. There's
Oh,
proof.
hey guys.
There you go. There's the Bobby Nick video I got yesterday. So yeah, that's kind of the trouble we start with Bobby Nick when you start bringing up the differences between Canadian bacon, American bacon, or anything. So that was a funny video yesterday. I know we had fun talking about that. Tits McGee, awfully weird coming from your child saying nice buns, Bobby. So weird. Testicle Tiger says, ooh, that's good. I actually will also close my eyes when I'm thinking about to die because I don't want to see that. Okay, we're talking about other shit. Bobby Nick, FYI, that round bacon is Canadian bacon, says Matt.
Oh my God, Matt.
It's Kevin Bacon, you geniuses, says Two Joints. That burger looks delicious. That did look like a good one, buddy. I would eat that minus any vegetables. I like those two meats on there, the both kinds of bacon on there. I like that. Just like a Canadian tuxedo. It's just a jean denim outfit. Is that a side of gravy on your fries? You just happy to see Space Nerd.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Side of gravy.
Dude, funky fry and egg, and it's breakfast. All right. So everybody's checking in. I knew they'd be happy. I want one, says Space Nerd. Brutal Payne says, I'm still waiting for Bobby Nick to take me out for some good poutine.
One of these days, brother.
We had a lady fall at the local emergency room. They left her there and made her call 911 and the paramedics. What? Are you
What?
Hello? Hello? I've fallen in the emergency room and they won't pick me up. What the fuck was that? That is crazy. Let's see. Close your eyes. How do you disappear after hearing that for reals? I would just lay there. All right, let's keep going on this. I'm so glad that my other friend, Bobby Nick, is joining us today for a little bit of BF Live. You caught us right in the middle of Perry talk, buddy. So let me get back into that. We were having fun going over the Perry show. They did the Toys R Us stream last night, Bobby Nick, if you're not up on that.
Ah, right, yeah.
So Tom turned off the super chats because that super chat money isn't going to hit in a timely manner, and they take 30% off the top. So we were given through super tips and other means last night. So I'm going through Twitter X, and I'm going to show you my super tip made it through last night. So we'll show a little bit of that. But we just watched a video you might have saw backstage of Perry doing a Scott basically lifting his butt cheek and busting a fart while Bob was explaining his favorite childhood toy. That's what we just got done watching. So that's always fun. All right, let's see. Moopy Christmas from Bruce Willis. Meep moop, meep moop mop boop beep boop bop. That's what I'm saying. Love you, Moop. Look, it says because everybody's having fun, for lack of a better way of saying it, of Bruce Willis's deteriorating state or whatever. Toys for Tots and Pets for Perry. This is our next clip right here. We got some toys for Tots and some pets for Perry. Perry loves pets, and I'm sure they'll be allowed. Let's watch this right now here on BF Live, joined by my co-host and buddies, Bobby Nick Haven and Scott Fitzpatrick.
And no, I don't want any animals in my home. How many fucking times do I gotta tell you? No, motherfucking animals are out of my house. No, fucking animals are out of my house. If there's a fucking animal sent to my house, they go in the goddamn garbage dumpster. Goodbye, good night. I don't want to goddamn that thing again.
How
Son
many
of a
times have
bitch.
I told you to stop talking over
I
time?
don't care anymore. Good night.
Oh, good. Cancel Christmas for kids, bozo. See how that goes for you. Sit your fat ass down.
That's not bad, because then
Not allowed here.
you have a diaper.
Not
you
an
can put on.
animal is allowed in my home ever, 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 ever,
Ever?
ever, you stupid son of a bitch. You know,
There you go. I thought that was an interesting choice of shirt to wear on a charity stream, on like a kid's stream, you know, kind of theme stream. Tits McGee says, I haven't really watched Perry. What? That Bernese mountain dog in the back with the Santa hat is Space Nerds loving. Testicle Tiger says, Perry kills pets and puts them in dumpsters. I have heard about that.
shut the fuck up.
I didn't say that. Testicle Tiger said that shit.
You know what? Granny beats cats up in his bathroom.
Oh my God. That's an interesting
to
non-sequitur.
death. To death. Yeah.
What the fuck? I'm not sure I want to follow up on that. Perry kept trying to somebody asked about what do his neighbors think. Well, we talked about that. I think that the attached one gets like $100 off of their rent, I've heard in the past. And somebody said yesterday, Testicle Tiger, I think, said that he's on like his fourth one or something, and this one seems to get it a little bit. LJ Lowe says, Perry kept trying to co-op the comments people were giving Bob last night. Stolen comedy valor. You're right. When he was saying, you guys are comedians, or Bob, you're a comedian, you do these. Like, yeah, we're both stand-up comedians. Yeah, we're both high-level guys. I saw that, LJ Lowe. I will always find a dog. I know what you meant. You meant the compliments. His neighbors get $50 off, says Tits McGee, says Testicle Tiger. Do you have pets? LJ Lowe says Space Nerd. All right, let's continue on. Let me show you this one now. I showed you that one, the No Toys for Tots. What do I got now? All right, let's get into some super tips. This one is from Gina Carano. Gina Carano giving to the kids. Let's see this one. Bob and Perry last night. And you can see one super chat after another, folks. The people were crazy generous, a lot of fun, a lot of generous energy. Let's see what this super tip was about.
baby, who is this hottie on your left? I don't have a hottie on my left. I have oh, you're talking.
Look who doesn't get it. There it is. This is the bike to Santa.
Pretty sure she's talking about Bob.
Thank you.
Oh, that's my right.
Right, screen.
No.
Anyway. Pretend to feed him a piece of 7-Eleven pizza to be cute and funny.
Oh, here we go.
And then eat it yourself. Okay, you could do that for Junior.
Hold on.
Oh my God.
He's got a pill head. He's got to take an antacid or a lactate
Yeah, I
before
gotta
he does
take
anything.
2 pills first because of the cheese.
Because of the cheese.
For one bite?
He's got himself, that's why that fanny pack's so big. He's got himself convinced he has to take a pill before everything he does.
Other side.
In your mouth.
Look,
Other side.
he's doing it wrong. Look, he's got it all wrong. Look
Other
at him.
side, dummy.
There
Open
you
your
go.
mouth.
Get it?
Look at these guys. Look at this. Regular Laurel and Hardley right here for one bite of pizza.
You're right there. I gotta go back.
Wolfgang
Go
Duck.
back, real quick.
Wolfgang Duck behind Perry.
All right, good enough. Good enough. Take a bite, Perry.
It's like the fox in the hat.
All right, he took a bite. Now you
Like a Lady in the Tramp.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh, that would have been even funnier if they would have put it in his mouth and hold it up to Bob. That would have been fucking awesome, Scott. You're right. That would have been awesome. Hey, Lady in the Tramp it, Perry. There you go. There's another clip. Me and Bob are going to Lady in the Tramp it. All right. And so we got that one. All right. Now I'm going to show you my clip, folks, that I have. So I was lucky enough that my super chat made it through last night. I guess they got to everybody. I'm not 100% sure, but your super tip, you can feel good. Even if it didn't get read, it's going to go to a good cause. Let me go to my live folder here. And what did I call it? Let's see. Super tip, SUPE. Oh, thank God. I called it super tip. Here you go. All right, let me go to super tip right here in my live folder. And I'm going to show you, got read last night. And Perry, of course, he had to have something to say about it because I left a particular comment. I left him some advice about it. Or let's check it out. Here you go. My super tip.
Bobby from BF Live, The Vibe, $20. Thank you. It's always great seeing Perry with his best friend, Bob Levy. I hope God forgives Perry for stealing food from the homeless. Merry Christmas.
I said, I hope God forgives him for stealing food from the homeless. And Perry has a comment about that.
Toy for
I'm stealing the owner of the comedy club, the Laugh Factory, Bob Jamie Masada, has 3 to 4 holiday meals for either the homeless and or people that live in the area that don't have family in the area. Okay?
You've heard of elf on a shelf or minch on a bench. Perry and I are selling dude on a stud. It's Perry's ass riding my long dong. Buy now. They are selling fast.
And there you go. That's the fun we had last night. So there you go. Send a little message like we always do. Have fun. But it is fun knowing that extra kind of 20 is going to go for Toys for Tots. So I can't wait to hear the total. It was a lot of fun. Let me find that Cyke Clyde thing. What did I do with that last thing that I had? I was going to play. Study. Where did I put that?
Seen he narrowly missed Jasmine St. Clair last night on his porch.
Oh, did he? Yeah, who was running out in the hall? He kept having to run out in the hall. Tom was kind of bringing that back again, having somebody out there, and it was Jasmine St. Clair.
Yeah, out on his porch on his I can't remember what it was she left.
Oh, out on the patio. Okay, yeah. Like I said, and it is true. It's a longer stream, but Scott, I think I've said this before. Maybe you've said the same thing. That there are times when I'm sitting on my couch and I will kind of nod off and have to wake back up and kind of get back in the show. So I do mix little context here and there, and I imagine a lot of you do too. And that's why I like talking about Perry Talk right here. All right, I got another thing, and this is a little bonus thing this is also from Cyke Clyde, who's a great Perry fan. That's where we all met. This is Perry Caravello donating his car to be destroyed. Yeah, for charity, for Toys for Tots, from the Twisted Mind of Cyke Labs. Here you go. Thank you. Look, it's a Corolla. Look, it's your Corolla, Perry.
Shut the fuck up.
Well, it's your piece of shit. Check it out. Sunday, Perry car crushing action. It's all for charity. Toys for Tots.
Perry, and I approve this message.
He approved that message, so there you go, folks. So that's the kind of fun we like having right here on BF Live, being a part of this bigger community with Perry Caravello Live. You guys are awesome. I can't wait to see the total. I hope you enjoyed that. Let's get on some other fun stuff with the rest of the time we have today. That was today's Perry Talk. At 26 minutes into hour number 3 of 3 hours of live content, this is BF Live, The Vibe 204. That was Perry Talk. We're having it. We're doing it. So what other kind of adventures happened yesterday when you went outside, Bob? What was it like when you went out? Did you do anything else other than the doctor?
Just hospital, the doctor, and the fucking restaurant.
That's cool. So
that was it.
It seems like you're out for most of the day when you go out. Is that the case, or?
Well, maybe like 5 hours.
5 hours, but that's a good bit.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's safe, and I certainly mimic this, Bobby Nick, is that I'm really, because I'm behind this gear so much, that it's rare that I'm kind of out and about or in the car as much as maybe as I used to be, buddy. So, and yeah, so I can only imagine for you being away from 5 hours, that probably had to feel like a long time, right?
Yeah, it did. I was surprised that, I wasn't just sitting there in the restaurant all sore after I fell, but I wasn't. It wasn't until I got home.
So I think, Scott,
you started feeling it. You know,
Scott says much the same thing in that he was out and about walking around doing all this stuff. And Scott, how didn't you end up hurting your ankle in the most simplest way, right?
Yep. I made it through the ice and snow and then put my feet on steady land and rolled my ankle.
Come from the land in ice and snow and dry land, kicked his ass. Wow. Hammer of the gods. Let's see. He went through the land of the ice and snow. Hope you're better, Bobby Nick. Watching the Edmonton Oilers make most what? Wait. We don't. Do we want to tell him? We don't want to get into that whole thing again about you with your hockey and all that stuff. We already got too close with the Canadian bacon thing and all. But once again, like Bobby Nick doesn't believe in Canadian bacon. He also doesn't like hockey or Rush.
Don't.
We don't tell nobody that.
I don't know.
I wonder if Jasmine
Don't drink beer either.
Did the hit and run. Scott, I'm talking about what part we saw last night. So at some point, Tom B goes, "Hey, Perry, run outside because a car that's parked outside on Reseda, well, I think it's Reseda Road, whatever the main road is out there, just got rear-ended." And he's like, "Yeah, right." He was like,
"Shut the fuck up."
And Tom's telling him, like, "No, bro, I'm telling you." Like, and he put up a picture on the screen. I thought it was one of those goofs too, like to get him to run outside. But it actually happened. Like some car just got rear-ended, and apparently they just backed up and just kept on going down the road. And it was like sitting there, all the trunk contents were all over the place. It was like an accordion. Widow Killer says, "I wonder if Jasmine did that hit and run." I'm not the only soul who's been accused of hit and run. Tire tracks all across Perry's back. I can see you had your fun. Two Joints says, "We got that one." The Limelight. Oh, we're not going to do that. In the Limelight, the Universal Dream. Wait, the two guests are hurt. BF, you're in some sort of trouble trying to manage your witnesses. I don't know. These boys play hurt. They're here for you today. They're here for me today, hanging out and having fun. And we are at 2:30. That means there's approximately a half hour to go of 3 hours live content. And it is time to satisfy the ladies. You ready, ladies, for some satisfaction?
Yeah.
All right, folks, well, I'm about to do it. This is sponsored by Granny's Gulag. This segment is not for me, and it's not for you guys. This segment coming up is just for the ladies.
Slow down and real. Let's take it nice and easy. Bringing all the heat. Making hearts go crazy. You know what they crave in every single frame. Just for the ladies, we're playing this game. The Cyke stuff needs to be shorter, so we see more juicy memory just for you and me. BF likes it more than anyone else. He's loving every second, everything he melts. Ladies gather around, the show's just begun. So for you, we're having our fun.
As the heterosexual men run from the chat, it is time for the segment that isn't really for them anyway. This is for the ladies content segment here on BF Live The Vibe. A little something for everybody. So here we go, ladies. This is by, for, and produced by the ladies on BF Live. So here's your first selection. That's not for me. This is just for the ladies. Here you go, ladies. Hang on tight.
Wow!
I just watched Scott's face.
Wow!
What is he? What are you eating there? Some parties, eat party snacks. Yeah, Scott's having a party over there. All right, that's enough of that one. Well, I will remind you, as always, that For the Ladies is sponsored by Granny's Gulag, who you can find on Granny Loves Anal, and anal is spelled with an I instead of an L, right here on YouTube, the official sponsor of this segment that isn't for me, or isn't for Scott, or might be for Scott the way he's acting up there. It's not for Bobby Nick. This is for Granny, and this is just for the ladies. Here's your next piece of content, ladies, for your segment, just for my ladies, right here on BF Live, The Vibe. Something for everybody. Here we go. Hang on tight. All right, there's enough of that. Enough of
But all the
whining.
ladies are slipping and sliding on their chairs right now.
I'm telling you, if you're horny, jump on it, do it, ride it, my pony. Stacey Allen says, yes, please, one of each. This is not a catalog show, Stacey Allen. This is merely just for the ladies, okay? I don't know what you think this is, but here we go. It's not for me anyway. It's just for the ladies. Oh, here we go. Here's a little holiday idea. You might need these. Once again, all these items are submitted by and for the ladies. Here's your next piece, just for the ladies. You think you're going to rock these guys? What do you think? Check it out.
Don't call, just text me. Bitches slow can't get on my
What?
They
Oh,
there
what?
'cause they
What
know
the fuck?
I'm
All right.
You know I'm sexy. Don't call, just text me. Bitches slow
Dude
can't
ain't
get
even
on
feeling
my
that.
They there 'cause they know I'm You know I'm sexy. Don't call, just text me. Bitches slow can't.
All right, ladies, let me know for real. Like if a dude comes to you like this and he's rocking this, are we doing something? What are you doing here? We doing
Or, or would you prefer an anteater?
Yeah, there you go. There you go. That might be better. I don't know. That wasn't for me anyway. This is not appropriate content. Well, y'all submitted it, so don't complain to me. Go ahead, don't shoot the messenger. Blame your damn self for that. Anyway, it's not for me. This is just for the ladies. That's what we're doing right here. All right, so let's continue doing this just for the ladies. I got one I can share right here for you. Let's see. Gross. Is that what it said? I always forget. I think I got the right one. I think I got. Oh no, here it is right here. Here we go. Almost messed up again. Yeah, Scott, and this is a new feature that we kind of been. I'll have another one of these later, but this is a special Terry Nee Knowledge Break. Shout out to Terry Nee for creating this. Terry Nee got into the spirit. There you have it. That's what a vibe is. As produced by our friend Terry Nee, by and just for the ladies. Look at this. Daniel August checks in. Thank you, man. 1999 checking in on this Thursday. Coming in late. What's up, BF? And Hoya to the chat. You know, I don't think I played one Hoya today, so I'm going to say thank you for the 1999 Daniel August, and Hoya to you, my friend.
Can I get a Hoya? Get a Hoya. Can I get a Hoya? Can I get a Hoya?
There you go. Thank you, Daniel August, for that generous super chat, my friend. Space Nerd says, just in time, Daniel August, for the just for the ladies segment. Oh, Terry, you got the love for making that little clip for them, just for the ladies. Daniel says, yes, of course, as always, he slides in here just in time for the segment. That's not for me, and it's not for Daniel August anyway. It's just for the ladies. So I'll have something for you after that. Hoya from Space Nerd says, Funky Bronco, Daniel August, Hoya. Tits McGee, defender of multiple birthdays, says, today's segment has had some ups and downs in it. I'm left uncertain of how I feel. Well, maybe we can finish strong. Well, and we'll see how we can solve that for you. Gano. I know what you're trying to get me to do, and I'm just a sucker enough to do it. Hoya from Testicle Tiger. Funky Bronco says, Tits McGee, defender of multiple birthdays. I miss the Women Working with Wood segment, which I am going to try to find some more content for that. But right now, that's not what we're doing, Mr. Funky Bronco. We are doing content that's not for me, Funky Bronco. And this isn't for you, unless you want it to be. And I don't think it is. This is just for the ladies. Another piece of content. Ladies, let me know what this does for you. Or, let's see. Here you go. Just for ladies.
To get you feeling right. Tell me how to show you it's a beautiful life.
Hello, this is orange.
Hello. And to pull you into life. Cause everything changes.
Stop moving. Oh, how long is this? Is that a music video? Crikey!
What is that supposed to be? Is that bestiality going on there? Like
It's their dinner.
The guys are trying to be all sexy and they're all fucking. They have animals.
Sheep. It's what's for dinner.
Jesus.
Oh, well, you don't have to worry about this, guys, because this content, it really isn't for me or for you, Bobby Nick, or for Scott. This is just for the ladies. I'm going to bring you one more piece, ladies, and I will caution you that I'm down to 3 pieces after this. So if you want to continue this segment that is produced by and for the ladies, you can send me content at bflive, the number 420, at gmail.com, much like Space Nerd does, or Stacey Allen. I'll get some DMs or something like that. You can hit me up on social media. There's a couple ways, but if you want to continue this so it doesn't show up in my algorithm, send that stuff in to me today. Here's your last piece for today's segment that's not for me, and it's not for you guys. This is just for the ladies. Uh-oh, what the hell is this shit? Bobby Nick, look at Scott's fapping too, look. There you go. What is with you and Daniel August, Granny, that you happen to show up no matter what time I shift this to, bro? You're like drawn to it like a magnet. And I already told people that this segment, just for the ladies, is sponsored by our friend Granny. Granny's Gulag at Granny Loves Anal. Use an I in place for the L. How you doing, Granny? Speaking of algorithm, says Tits McGee Fitzpatrick, I follow Jack on X. Now everything coming my way is curvy and short. Uh-oh. There you go. It happens.
Yeah.
Oh, says Testicle Tiger. Show my O face. Oh. Show you my O face. Oh. There's our O face right there. Space Nerd was dancing. Is this a Samoan war dance? I don't know. Funky Bronco says, Granny, what are you painting today, my friend? We need the painting update as we check in with Balls Deep.
Oh, deep.
Great early supporter of me and BF Live. Thank you, Balls Deep, for checking in. I know you say you don't always have time during this particular time of day to check in on the chat, but thanks for always checking in and watching Balls Deep. I challenge Scott to recreate that dance, says Tits McGee Fitzpatrick.
Nope.
I love that Granny comes in always at the right time, says Space Nerd. And Space Nerd, am I not shifting the time around when I'm doing the show? But some people are just naturally drawn to what they're drawn to. Funky Bronco says Space Nerd because he is the official sponsor. He's making sure that his sponsor dollars, he's getting the most bang for his buck, if you will. Stacey Allen says Space Nerd, like he knows, he can sense it. Exactly. And Daniel August checks in with a member for 1 month chat and says, Granny and I are light in the loafers. Well, there you go. We don't judge here on BF Live. We just have fun and hang out.
Hello, Frisco.
All right, maybe Scott judges. I don't know. We don't hang out. We don't judge here on BF Live. We hang out and have a lot of fun. It reminds me that Daniel August just renewed his membership, so thank you. Granny lets us know that he was just doing the final touch-ups on a couple of houses today. Awesome little checklist or whatever, a punch list. Stacey Allen, Spidey Granny senses he has for that segment. It's true, Funky Broncos a Space Nerd. Tits McGee says, damn it, that last dance made me burn my cookies. Well, whatever you call your private parts is your business, folks. Well, I hope whoever needed to enjoyed that, folks, because that wasn't really for me, and that wasn't for you guys. That was just for the ladies segment right here on BF Live, The Vibe.
Slow down and real. Let's take it nice and easy. Bringing all the heat. Making hearts go crazy. You know what they crave in every single frame. Just for the ladies, we're playing this game. The Cyke stuff needs to be shorter so we see More juicy mail me just for you and me. BF likes it more than anyone else. He's loving every second, everything he melts. Ladies gather around, the show's just begun. So for you, we're having our fun.
That's what we do here on BF Live. BF Live is a vibe created by, for, and with the people. Thank you, ladies, for being great ladies and hanging out on BF Live. Dream Man checks in and says, Hoya gang, Perry and Bob had me rolling last night. I'm sorry that you missed it, Dream Man, if you're just coming in late, but we did do a bit of Perry talk, and we covered that, my friend. So if you get a chance later to rewind, when you see a little Perry talk going on, you'll see what we talked about. Let's see. Granny says, this segment is going to make me swerve into oncoming traffic. Don't do it, Granny. Don't do it, buddy. I said don't do it. Thank you, BF Live from Space Nerd. Testicle Tiger appreciates the inclusion, gentlemen, with a salute at the end. Dreamman says, I'll catch it in the replay as we continue on with BF Live Stream Show. This is the show where I attempt to entertain you right here in the middle part of the day. Bob usually hooks you up with the OJ and Bob in the morning, and then Bob did Out of the Coffin today after doing a very long Perry last night for Toys for Tots. I'm holding it down here in the midday, and then tonight we're going to be hanging out. I know Bobby Nick will be hanging out, and Scott with No Filter. That'll be going on tonight, and then later on tonight, much later after probably that, 10 o'clock East, I'll be hanging out again doing a show with you folks. So this isn't, we're not leaving anywhere yet, but I'm going to see you later on tonight. We're going to do Replayables at 10 o'clock East. We drink, smoke, laugh, and joke at 10 o'clock on Thursday nights. So this is just the beginning of a fun day. Let's see. Catch it on replay. Those old ladies could break a hip. How you doing, Tyranny? We had fun featuring your content right here. Matter of fact, I do have something that you did send for us, didn't you? I have a little bonus thing, and because Tyranny showed up, let me see, where's that at? Okay, I have a Terry Nee Knowledge Break, folks. Let's take a little pause right now for a Terry Nee Knowledge Break, and then we'll get back to some more fun. But this is the latest installment from Terry Nee, a Terry Nee Knowledge Break, and I'll just let it speak for itself. Is that like Nickelback, Learn. Oh, this is for the boys. I was like, yeah, what up? I see three. Oh, there's a bumper there. And that was a Terry Nee Knowledge Break, one of the newer features here.
I feel educated.
Don't you know? Terry Nee says he loves educating people, so I'm happy to oblige with a little Terry Nee Knowledge Break.
I was afraid it's going to turn out to be dudes, man. I couldn't.
Scott told us there, he's like, BF's about to try to get me all horny and excited and fuck with me and pull out a bunch of dudes on me. No, buddy. That's from our friend Terry Nee. I think he might have wanted a palate cleanser too, but there you go. That's what this. BF Live is a vibe. This is our show. This is fun. Funky Bronco asked BF, what will you be drinking tonight? Funky Bronco, I'm always drinking Tito's and lemonade, my friend. Rarely do I even include beer with it anymore. It's always Tito's. I'm a Tito's vodka guy. I hope to see you there, Funky. Funky Bronco, the last couple shows, he was telling us almost every show that he was ordering some frosty ones to his house. But he had to tell us recently that he had to kind of slow his roll because it gets kind of pricey getting them frosty ones delivered to your house on the daily, right? So,
yeah, wasn't he saying $80 a fucking day? He was paying.
Yeah, we're supporting Funky Bronco in his current sobriety right now. Testicle Tiger lets us know that I'm probably sleeping until Killing It with the Ables. That's the show that comes on right before Replayables tonight, also on the 100 Proof Podcasting channel. Killing with the Ables. That's where the lovely Liz Ables and Chris sits there and antagonizes her while Liz tries to tell her favorite true crime stories. And Chris sits there, and it's a lot of fun. So if you want to see that, that's like at 8:15 tonight on 100 Proof Podcasting. 10 o'clock East after that, Replayables. Space Nerd says, I'll be there late and tried it. Let's see. Funky Bronco says, Testicle Tiger, Abels will be drinking Modelo tonight, I'm sure. You'll have to tune in to find out. Space Nerd says, I learned everything I know from Terry Nee. I learned it from watching you, Terry Nee. Terry Nee Knowledge Break. Space Nerd says, now we are adding this. All right, Stacey Allen, we need to up our game. Oh, yeah. Oh, boy. Here we go.
Scott, will you be joining us for No Filter tonight?
I will be. I will be there.
That's awesome, man. We're happy to have Scott back into the mix of things. He let us know he wasn't feeling it recently, so took a little time off, but we're happy he's back today. Laughing. Funky Bronco says, I've been sober for 6 days now, actually. Well, let's give him props for that, man.
Quitter.
Look, even with the smoking weed, sometimes you just got to back up off of it and sit your cup down. You know, you got to slow your roll a little bit. Let's see.
Right.
Yay, Funky, so you can feel the next one. That's how you got to do it, folks. Great job, Funky Bronco, with that 6 days. You're getting the love, and Testicle Tiger is getting the love right back from Funky Bronco for those comments. All right, what was I getting into before I pulled that Terry Nee out? All right, folks, let's see. It is 2:49 where I'm out on the East Coast of the United States. I always say we're going to be here till 3-ish. So one of the things that I've been doing, I've been holding on to a piece of content for a while. I'm going to confess something, folks. I'm always have a list of things that I would like to get to if I have time to get to them. And this is one that's been on the bottom of my list literally for months, but I'm going to purge myself today. I'm going to cleanse it. I'm going to get it out of here. And I'm going to share a little, you've probably seen them on other shows before, but let's do a little of these Steve Gadlin Star Makers. This is these old cable access shows where people used to try to come into the studio and try to become famous, guys. Like, we remember some of these shows, right, from back in the day. You
Yeah.
sit around, see this shit playing late at night.
Yeah.
Even if you didn't see this one, you've probably seen a show like this. Maybe you had a similar show like this in the area. So let me purge my list, what I have right here now. It's been riding in my list for a while, for a couple months. So I'm going to purge myself today. That's Stairway to Stardom. Well, this particular ones are the Steve Gadlin Star Makers. So let's check a couple of these out right now. Steve Gadlin Star Makers. I'm going to purge my list. I got some content here I'm going to share with you. Let's see what kind of stars we're making today, Steve.
Kinds of teens often have a hard time getting by because they feel different and alone.
Mm-hmm.
I think we all know what kind of teens I'm talking about. Alternateens.
Sometimes listening to some cool tunes is exactly what I need to go away to
Those are not alternateens. Those are adults dressing up like teens. What the fuck?
another place.
Do you want to sing a song with me?
I want something else, and I'm listening when you say goodbye.
That's gonna end obscurity. Bobby Nick will
I'm just getting over the what the fuck factor.
I should have made this a what the fuck, Bobby. What the fuck, you ask? Nothing but Steve Gadlin's Star Makers. Widow Killer says that Jim Norton called it the escalator to obscurity. That's a great line. Testicle Tiger says, what are these shenanigans? They are exactly that. These are people that thought themselves to be entertainers or potentially famous one day. So they would go do these cable access shows, Steve Gadlin Star Makers, or like our people are pointing out in the chat, Stairway to Stardom, which would kind of been also featured on maybe some Shuley Network shows. But I've had these in the hopper for quite a while, for months now, and I constantly go past it and I'm like, Bob, you're going to have to break it out one day. So why not break it out at the end of BF Live, The Vibe 204? I'll bring you a couple more of these. I got more than probably anybody wants to see, but let's see what other kind of stars we might have missed out on or got with Steve Gadlin's Star Makers segment. Let's check this out. Here's our next act, our next entry. Take it away, Steve.
Singing and guitar are two talents we really enjoy. So let's welcome our first act, Jimmy Innuendo, performing singing and guitar.
And go.
One meatball. One meatball.
One meatball.
Eight to the football.
And Fonzie's looking rough.
One meatball. Wah, 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 wah.
One meatball. One meatball, folks. Where else could you get that but right here on BF Live and Steve Gatlin Star Makers? Gases checks in our favorite ape in the afternoon and says, howdy.
Yes.
What's up to our favorite ape checking in at the end of BF Live, the Vibe Stream Show 204. We are doing it. We're creating a vibe here today on BF Live. I'm just clearing out my hopper and showing you some stuff that I've literally had in the bottom of my sheet for months now. So we're doing it. We're having it. Testicle Tiger says this is up there with Perry's public access shows. Very, very similar, Testicle Tiger.
Shut the fuck up.
Don't talk to Testicle Tiger like that. She's right, man. I showed some of your public access on here. Let's see. I'm going to follow that guy like the Grateful Dead, says Space Chief 75. Yeah, that guy won meatball. Well, I don't know if I have another one meatball, but I do have another potential star with another entry for Steve Gatlin's Star Makers right here as we wind down this episode of BF Live The Vibe 204. Take it away, Steve. Whoa, look how he's looking at this. It's got the fancy lifted up hairdo, got a fancy jacket on.
Music and dancing are like apples and oranges, bread and butter, chocolate and peanut butter. They just go so great hand in hand. Here are Steve Gatlin Star Makers regulars, Erica and Fuzzy, to show you just how fun it can be when the right song meets the right dance.
What you got?
We can do the boogaloo, and that's just what we're gonna
This
do.
ain't white at all.
School is out, work is done. Now it's time for having fun.
Dancing can feel really great. It can be fun on a date.
You'll feel like you're in a zoo. When you do the boogaloo. Boogaloo. Boogaloo.
Yeah, boy.
Boogaloo.
We can do the boogaloo, and that's just what we're gonna do.
The boogaloo is great with friends.
There you go. Another star made. Let's do the boogaloo. Almost too expensive. I can boogaloo, says Dream Man checking in. You can't get down like the stars on Steve Gatlin Star Makers. All right, folks, well, I'm going to show you one more potential star on Steve Gatlin Star Makers, and then we're going to do some plugs, and then we're going to ease on down the road. Here we go. Here's one more entry for you. Steve Gatlin's Star Makers right here on BF Live.
Have you ever seen an entire rapping crew?
This has got to be extra white. I don't even remember this. Entire rapping crew. Come on.
That's when lots and lots of rapsters rap and dance together, and you just don't know what's going on.
Get in your B-boy
Now, here's
stance.
a rap crew with 5 people in it. Yep, you heard me right. Get ready for 5 rapsters showing their talent all at the same time. I wonder which rapster will be your favorite. That's the great thing about a rap crew. You get to choose. Here's Marsan and the FYF crew with their Rap for God.
Because we got to give it up for the man who died for our sins.
Praise the Lord Jesus Christ.
You got to die.
You gotta die, son.
Hey, yo, I'll bust a hater for God.
For God.
I'll dust a hater for God.
For God.
Kill a hater for God.
For God.
Trill players for God. I'll dust a hater for God.
For God.
Bust a hater for God.
For God.
Kill a hater for God. 'Cause we the
Come on,
trill
everybody, sing
players
along.
for God. I said I'll dust a hater for God.
For God.
I'll bust a
Well, if you didn't catch that vibe, folks, it's entirely too late. I hope you enjoyed those few selections of Steve Gatlin Star Makers. Testicle
I like
Tiger
those.
says, I want watch these all day. Well, you came to the right place. I got a couple, 3, 4 in the hopper. Maybe I will bring some out again in the future, folks. But for now, that's kind of all I have for you. I trust and hope that you enjoyed the last 3 hours of your Thursday. Thanks everybody who came here today and remembered up, super chatted, or just had a good old time. Thanks for hanging out in the chat and just creating the vibe, helping me create the vibe today. Let's see. Bobby Nick, I'll go to you first, buddy. You guys don't really have as many plugs as you used to. Do you have any plugs you want to give? Tell us about tonight since it's Thursday night, my friend.
Well, Thursday, that means it's No Filter with Andrew and friends, guys. So go over there and give us a subscribe. And that's at 7 p.m. Eastern. And then check hopefully me and Scott out tomorrow on the Lunatic Lounge at 7 p.m. Eastern. And it'll be Friday the 13th. So God only knows what's going to happen.
I'll be there, baby.
Yeah, it should be fun. All right. Scotty will be there. And that'll be at Bobby Nick 1978. So give me a subscribe over there, guys. Come on, let's do it.
That's right. And because I have the bots, I have bot jealousy or bot competition going on, all of my friends' links should be running accurately today, like Bobby Nick 1978 on YouTube, or this next guy, Scott Fitzpatrick, who I appreciate you joining us today, brother, even though you haven't been feeling up to it. I'm glad you're getting back on the horse, and I'm glad you stopped back on BF Live. Tell us anything you like to say, last words, and where we can find you, my friend.
Like Bobby Nick said, tonight on No Filter with Andrew and Friends. And keep one fist in the gold and one foot in the gutter. Or I might have said that backwards.
There you go. Well, either way, yeah. Keep your feet in the ground and keep reaching for the stars is what Casey Kasem used to say. I will remind you tonight that after you're done watching my friends Bobby Nick and Scott Fitzpatrick and Andrew and likely Stormy, you might hear in the background only, catch them tonight on No Filter with Andrew and Friends. And then at 10 o'clock East, that's when you're going to come see your boy BF and Chris Abels and our producer Shawnee, because we're going to do replayables. We drink, we smoke, we laugh, we joke, we spin a wheel, we have fun, and we get into a lot of fun and trouble in the middle of the week. So if you can't wait for the weekend to have fun on Saturday replayables, join us tonight at 10 p.m. East Coast time. I'll check them in these space up. No Filter always has some fun surprises, says Dream Man.
Yes,
Chief 75 says, great show, boys. Let's see. LJ Lowe, if you are in replayables tonight, your vibe time will come back to you. Yeah, because I thought I saw my friend LJ Lowe say something that he hates. He goes, damn work meetings messing my vibe time. Well, I hope we got at least a little bit of positive vibes that'll get you through the rest of your day, my friend LJ Lowe. So let's check for our last couple comments, and then we'll get them down the road. Space Nerd says, thank you as always, BF Live. And I say thank you because it wouldn't be a hang without you. See you friends later tonight in all the chats and everything. There's one last time. There's Cyke Clyde's link running by the Stream Elements bot. All right, folks, so there you go. 3 o'clock straight up. We had it. We did it.
We're doing it.
It's done. So for Bobby Nick Havens, my friend, for Scott Fitzpatrick, for Stormy, Andrew, and all the chat family who helped me create a vibe, you are the vibe. This has been BF Live, the Vibe Stream Show 204. Peace and love, and we'll see you the next time we see you right here on the Vibe. Have a great rest of your day,
Peace out,
folks.
everybody.
Bye for now. I see Scott's got that shark. Uh-oh.
That's enough internet for me today. I am going to wash myself with holy water to get rid of all the stupidity I saw today.